Yo, yo, what's good? What's good? Back on it again. YouTube, I'm on it. What's going on, y'all, man? You know, how's this Monday going, man? For me, it's going good, constructive, handling biz. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, man. So you know, what I mean, I just got the breaking news that Puffy, Diddy, whatever you want to be called, Puff Daddy, whatever the fuck, he just got arrested recently, man. So we're gonna get going to it real quick. You see what I'm saying? Hold up. Let me send this one out. Hold up. Let's send this out to a couple people real quick. So you want to jump on? If not, it's all good. I'm my boy Chris Reeves. All right. Chris Brown. All right. Let me see what's up. All right, man. So they say Puffy got arrested, huh? Let's go into this real quick. I just want to go on a couple little points real quick. Hold up. Let me see something. All right, so let me play something real quick, man. All right, so we're gonna hear CNN because we already know CNN to be staged. You know what I mean? CNN is the biggest stage network we got. All right, so fair use 1976 under the Copyright Act, Section 107. This allows me to report on this video for commentary and educational purposes. So I'm about to go in. Hold up. Did I do this right? I don't think I did this right. Hold up. Yo. All right, so okay. All right, so I'm gonna share this real quick. Share the screen real quick, man. I just heard about this. I'm like, fuck it, let me do a show. You know, I was bullshitting around and shit.
Breaking news tonight, Sean Diddy Combs has been arrested in a Manhattan hotel this evening after a grand jury indicted the music mogul. His attorney tells CNN that he is currently being processed. The charges are unclear as of this moment. Joining us now is CNN's entertainment reporter Elizabeth Wagmeister, and also with us CNN chief legal correspondent Ellie Honig. Elizabeth, you were a big part of revealing some details about Diddy's conduct in private over the course of the last couple of months. That video led to a lot more scrutiny on what he has been accused of. What do we know at this point about what this case might ultimately be about?
Abby, at the moment, we don't know what the charges are. I have information that he was arrested tonight at a Manhattan hotel. He is currently being processed. I heard from his attorney, they are still maintaining his innocence. They said that in anticipation of these charges that Diddy relocated to New York last week. And here's a statement that I have from his attorney. He says, "We are disappointed with the decision to pursue what we believe is an unjust prosecution of Mr. Combs by the U.S. Attorney's Office." He goes on to say that he is an imperfect person, but is not criminal. Now, Abby, that video that you just spoke about was a few months ago when our team broke this disturbing video of Diddy violently assaulting his ex-girlfriend, Cassandra Ventura, better known as the singer, her stage name, Cassie. Now, up until this point, when we broke this video, Diddy had denied the allegations against him. Cassie is one of 10 civil suits against Diddy, 9 of which he is accused directly of sexually assault. Up until that video, he denied everything. After that video came out, he changed his tone. He apologized for his conduct in that video, But I have to tell you, Abby, just as of last week, a former member of Danity Kane, which was one of the bands from Making the Band, Diddy's show that was on MTV, she sued him for sexual assault and other disturbing allegations, and he denied that. So he continues the denials, and he still maintains his innocence, even though he has been arrested tonight.
And Ellie, not a huge amount of information available tonight, but Elizabeth brought up something that I want you to give us a little bit of insight into. Diddy is here in New York, in Manhattan. He apparently came here in anticipation that something like this might happen. What should we understand about what that might mean? It could very well be that this is a federal arrest being processed here in New York.
So, Abby, there are some important things we do not know, including the specific charges that have been lodged against Sean Combs. But there are some really important things we do know. First of all, based on the attorney's statement, based on our reporting, this is a federal prosecution. It's not a state prosecution. The fact that he's being processed in Manhattan tells me that's the Southern District of New York. That's consistent with the reporting that the Southern District of New York had been handling this case. That's the office I used to work at. That's an office that sort of specializes in high stakes cases. Just in the last year or so, Southern District of New York, just as an example, has successfully prosecuted Sam Bankman-Fried, Senator Robert Menendez. The other thing that we do know is a grand jury has indicted Sean Combs, meaning they found probable cause that he committed at least one federal crime. Now, as to what happens next, there will be, likely tomorrow or within the next couple of days, but usually in the SDNY, you try to do it the next day, there will be an arraignment, meaning Sean Combs will appear in court with his lawyers. There are no cameras in federal court. He will be advised of the charges against him, and he will almost certainly enter a not guilty plea. But the key thing to watch for is then we'll have the question of bail. Will prosecutors agree to let him out on bail? Will prosecutors ask the judge to lock him up pending trial? That could end up in a contentious argument. So these are things that are going to play out over the next 24 or 48 hours. And finally, Abby, with respect to the charges themselves, it's important to note, we've all seen that video, but assault and sexual assault are not federal crimes. Those are prosecuted in state court. So what I expect to see when we see this indictment is some sort of crime with some element of organization to it, sex trafficking, something along those lines, if it's based on some of the allegations we've heard.
And of course, back in March, his homes in LA and in Miami were raided. All of this leading up to this moment. Elizabeth and Ellie, a lot more to this story will be coming up in the coming days and weeks.
I just got paid $60,000 for my car crash from using this app on my phone. And I don't know if you could see this, but it's called the Case Connect Compensation Calculator right here. And
all right, let me play this in another salute chat.
Sources telling CBS News New York that Homeland Security agents took the music mogul into custody tonight. Jennifer Bisram live in Midtown with the very latest. Jennifer.
Hi, Maurice. We've learned from multiple federal law enforcement sources tonight that Sean P. Diddy Combs has been arrested and is now in federal custody. We've learned that he was taken into custody from this very hotel we are standing.
How did they know he was at the hotel, though, right? Kind of interesting. Unless they was was they staking him out? Was they watching him? You know what I mean? Like, it's interesting how did they get him at his house? You know what I mean? Or where he lived, but he got him at a hotel. Just interesting. Let's go. But at the time when they did the raids, he was nowhere to be found at the houses, huh?
In front of the Park Hyatt sometime this evening. Now, the music mogul has been under mounting scrutiny since last year when a lawsuit was filed by his ex-girlfriend Cassie, accusing him of sex trafficking and years of abuse. Back in March, Sean Combs' homes in Los Angeles and Miami were searched by Homeland Security agents. The reason for this arrest and
did they find anything? They're talking about they found some guns and all this shit. Is it because? See, the other news said they don't know what the details and why he got arrested now. She's saying that the arrest is for a certain reason. So it's interesting how certain news stations. This is just to keep you confused, to keep you speculating, to keep you, that suspense.
possible charges have not yet been revealed.
Oh, yeah, okay, they're gonna say the same thing. Okay, charges haven't been revealed. Okay, interesting.
But this evening,
What's the wait? Let's go.
we did hear from his attorney who
What's the wait?
call the developments an unjust prosecution. In a statement, his attorney said in part, he is an imperfect person.
You notice how all these, see, this is, I'm kind of just thought about this right now. You notice how all these, either politicians or musicians or famous people, you notice how they get busted, and they always get busted by the feds. So my thing is, that makes sense. If you're an actor or you some kind of, if you're involved in the system, in the government, if you're, you know what I'm saying? Because these people are down with the government, man. These people are government, you know what I'm saying? Plans for the government, you know what I mean? Then that would make sense why they would be prosecuted by the federal government, right? You know, these people was just, I don't know. They just took like a whole, almost a year. How long did last time we heard about him getting, what, 6 months, 7 months? How long ago was that? They took all this time to arrest him?
But he is not a criminal. To his credit, Mr. Combs has been nothing but cooperative with this investigation, and he voluntarily relocated to New York last week in anticipation of these charges.
How would he? Why would he anticipate these charges like that? So they told him that they're gonna arrest him. When you get hit by the feds, you're not gonna see it coming. See, they kind of told him that stuff right there, didn't they? I'm glad I played this one. He anticipated these charges were coming. That's why he went to New York. Oh, he cooperated with them. Oh, it sounds a little staged to me. What you think? That sounds a little staged. It sounds kind of weird, man. He cooperated them and he communicated with them and went to New York so he could get prosecuted easier. Interesting. So he was communicating with the feds. But if they're going to arrest you, why would you be communicating with them? If you didn't know you was going to be arrested, why would you be? I don't know. I just think too much. I overthink stuff, so I don't know.
Now, again, it is still unclear what charges Sean Combs has been arrested under. A news conference, we're told, is expected to be held tomorrow morning by federal law enforcement. That is when we are going to learn more. But again, tonight we are learning that Sean P. Diddy Combs has been arrested and is now in federal custody. We're live in Midtown Manhattan tonight. Jennifer Bisram, CBS News, New York.
Okay, Jen, thank you. And do stay with CBS News New York for the latest on this breaking news story. Our morning team, they will bring you the latest beginning at 4:30 a.m. and you can find updates anytime, anywhere at cbsnewyork.com.
I mean, I don't know. She kind of said a lot right there. I'm gonna play one more real quick, and then and I'm gonna go into this Trump shit.
Right, back now with breaking news. Sean Diddy Combs was taken into federal custody in New York. This, according to TMZ, they're reporting that the rapper was taken to the FBI field office in Manhattan. It appears this is in connection with the ongoing criminal investigation into alleged sex trafficking.
But I thought they said y'all didn't know the charges. How would you know what this connection to if you don't know the charges? I'm confused.
It previously led to search warrants being executed at Diddy's homes in Beverly Hills and Miami. This is a developing story, and we will continue to bring you the very latest here on air.
Yeah, that was short.
And welcome back here to Live Now from Fox. I'm Andrew Kraft. We do have some breaking news we want to report to you out of the world of entertainment. We're getting this in from TMZ. Alex Michelson there at Fox 11 in Los Angeles has it in this tweet here that Sean Diddy Combs has been arrested after being indicted by a grand jury in New York. That's according to the New York Times, also according to TMZ as well here. It's not immediately clear what charges he is facing. So this is quite significant here. I want to just show you some file footage of Diddy over the years. Now, TMZ has an update saying that a law enforcement source is telling them the arrest was scheduled for Tuesday, but something happened that caused the feds to move in a day earlier. So Diddy, if you're just joining us here, was just arrested and taken into federal custody in New York tonight. Sources tell TMZ Homeland Security swooped into a Midtown hotel late Monday where Diddy was staying, and they arrested him. Also, TMZ says we have unconfirmed reports the feds.
Why not the FBI? I guess is that a part of the FBI? Department of Home? I thought the Department of Homeland Security was something different, or was it both groups?
Are searching his hotel room. They were told that Diddy was taken to the FBI field office.
What is there to search? Didn't you go there to arrest him?
In Manhattan.
Was it a raid or was it arrest? I'm confused. Why would they go there and search the hotel? Or they went there to arrest him?
So you will remember that earlier this year, you remember these scenes over his homes in both Miami and
what's the significance of showing them
there as well?
And you notice how he didn't get arrested in none of his houses. 3 houses, I guess he got, but yeah, he gets arrested at some random hotel that he agreed to go to, and then he agreed to go back to New York so the feds could they could just all walk away into the sunset. Him in the Department of Homeland Security. Yeah, it is staged, Shannon, right? It's like, okay. That's interesting.
In Beverly Hills.
So they raided his house those 3 times. Why didn't they arrest him right after they raided the house? Why did they question him when they raided the house?
Where those search warrants were issued.
So they didn't question him. This is how you know it's staged. It doesn't work like that. So you mean to tell me he raided 3 houses, he's nowhere to be found, and then you don't search for him, nothing like that, and then you don't bring him in for questioning, and then some random 6-7 months later, however long that was, you just arrest him. Yeah, that's crazy. It sounds like a movie, you know what I mean?
Those searches of his properties were given, and they were executed there at his homes as part of these ongoing criminal investigations into alleged sex trafficking. Now, at the time, it was very unclear what the search warrants referred to there at the time. But according to TMZ, the arrest tonight is in connection with those searches. And you remember at the time that we were over this story for a very long time that day earlier this year. I'm trying to get an exact date from my producer to jog my memory. March the 25th. So March 25th, the same day, 2 of Diddy's residences were searched by federal law enforcement there
I thought it was 3.
in Beverly Hills and his home in Miami in connection to what we knew at the time was an alleged federal sex trafficking investigation. And you remember these scenes.
Why is he the only one getting raided? His shit get raided for sex trafficking. None of the motherfucking white people, none of them all these people listed. What's up with Dan Schneider? That motherfucker, they got accused by people from Nickelodeon. You don't hear nothing about that. What's the dude, Kevin Spacey? What's the other dude from 7th Heaven? The dad from 7th Heaven? The white dude, the funny looking dude from 7th Heaven? What about him? You know, how come you don't hear about him? You know what I mean? The FBI is the executive department and the intelligence service, while the DHS is the cabinet department. However, the FBI and DHS work together. Got you. So, I mean, I just think, you know, the real players in this shit. I mean, I'm not defending him. He's probably a weirdo, just like the rest of them. But he probably is. I say 80-90% of these people in the industry are. So, with the exception like people from like Denzel Washington. So, I just don't, you know, all that time, it's just a lot of time. I guess maybe some people could argue and say that they was fully investigating or some thorough investigation. I don't know. But I just think this is interesting. Very interesting. You know what I'm saying?
His mansion there in the Holmby Hills and his mansion there in Miami. So this is breaking right now. We are working to get more details. We are working to get more people on the line to help us make sense of what exactly happened today. But all we know right now is that Diddy has been arrested in New York. The New York Times and TMZ both have it. I have it up here at the New York Times. They say this, I'm reading from their piece, that Sean Combs, the music mogul whose career has been upended by sexual assault lawsuits in a federal investigation, was arrested in Manhattan on Monday evening after a grand jury indicted him. Now, this is important. At the time, we brought on legal affairs journalist Megan Cuniff, who is based in Los Angeles, and she noted at the time, back in March, that it looked like these warrants were approved by judges in New York, which led Megan Cuniff to believe at the time that maybe the U.S. Attorney's Office in the Southern District of New York was the lead on these probes and these investigations into federal sex trafficking allegations here. Now, that was Megan Cuniff's supposition at the time. I think it has borne out now because Diddy was arrested by federal authorities in Manhattan. And from what I was told, from what I remember at the time, a judge in New York signed off on the search warrants for the searches of his properties in Los Angeles and in Miami. Now, if we get any more clarification on that, or if Megan Cuniff, who we might bring on, can correct me if I'm wrong here. But at the time, Megan Cuniff, we had asked her, would Diddy be held liable or would any legal action be taken against him personally in the immediate wake and aftermath of those raids on his mansions in California and Florida? Megan Cuniff at the time told us she didn't believe it would happen immediately, that the feds would present their case most likely to a grand jury, which we now know has been done there in Manhattan. So according to the New York Times, the indictment is sealed. The charges were not announced, so we don't know the charges. But they have a source that says the person familiar with the prosecution, they believe Combs is being charged with racketeering and sex trafficking.
You can't. Okay, no, not RICO. Okay, then it was RICO. I'm about to say RICO. Okay, racketeering and sex trafficking. Racketeering. So racketeering. Let me see. Because that is, I forgot what the racketeering was. Shit. Let's see. A set of illegal activities aimed at commercial profit that may be disguised as a legitimate business deal. Racketeering is defined by coordinated efforts by multiple people to repeatedly earn. It has to be multiple people. You can't. I told, just like the RICO. RICO is racketeering or racketeering in corruption organization. You can't get one. You can't arrest one person for racketeering or RICO. It has to be multiple people. It has to be a criminal organization, and it has to admit that you're making profit. Why would you get somebody under racketeering? Where's the proof that he's selling? Is he having them sell pussy? I'm confused. If you're not having nobody sell no pussy, if you're not having these females do certain things for profit, or whoever the fuck God could be with this motherfucker, for profit, why would you be charged with racketeering? Interesting. Why in the feds? Why would you charge? If you be in the feds, why would you charge somebody with something like that? You know damn well it does not fall under that statute. All right, so let's go into the Trump assassination. You know what I'm saying? I got a couple things, and I'm going to these these immigrants in Chicago. These motherfuckers is crazy. Oh my bad. I can't even be mad at these motherfucking illegals. I got to be mad at the fucking government. The government is the one bringing these motherfuckers. I ain't gonna be no ignorant motherfucker. Oh, you know what? Feeling some kind of way about the motherfuckers. When it's the government bringing these motherfuckers over here or letting them come over here. I mean, it's, well, fuck it, it's 50-50. All right, so who is the suspect? I don't want to listen to this motherfucker. That's the Associated Press. I don't even know. You know what? Let's hear from the Associated Press. I'm gonna play a couple what's names real quick. I'm gonna play a couple different I'm about to play after this. I'm gonna play this Dane Calloway. I want to hear a couple of different details from a couple of different news sources. Dan Calloway broke it down. I'm gonna hear him break it down, and then I'm gonna play Gematria Effects. This dude looks so familiar. Why does he look familiar? This song's gonna come out. They say he was down with Black Rock though. They say he was down with Black Rock. So I get it though. If I'm the biggest investment company and shit, I could also, invest in psyops, and I could work with the military. You know, what is a machine gun? So is this remember that movie Cobra? I remember fucking what's the other? I mean, not Cobra. What's Commando with Arnold Schwarzenegger? Remember what's his name? That was a machine gun. The shit the motherfuckers had Predator. Remember what's the governor's name? Jesse Ventura. Remember Jesse Ventura that had that big ass Gatling gun? That was a motherfucking machine gun. What is a machine gun? That's too broad. That's just like saying a pistol. What kind of pistol? You see what I'm saying? There's like 4 different types of pistols. You got a 380. I mean, like pistol, like as far as a handgun, automatic handgun type shit. You got a 3 or semi-automatic. You got a 380. You got a 9. You got a 40. You got a 45. You got a Desert Eagle, which falls under the 40 cal. So a pistol is that, And who took this picture of this guy back then? Took this picture.
Was able to obtain the AK style rifle. He was also arrested in 2010 and charged with felony possession of stolen goods after police said he used his roofing company's warehouse as a clearinghouse for stolen property that he bought from thieves and then intended to resell at a profit. With 2 felony convictions, it's not clear how Ruth was able to obtain the AK style rifle that he had at the Trump golf course yesterday. In most states, those felony convictions would have barred him from either buying or possessing a firearm. Authorities are still searching for what they consider a motive for Ruth wanting to assassinate Trump. But what is clear from his online profile is that he had become disenchanted with a number of the former president's policy positions, as well as his continued attempts to voice admiration for Russian President Vladimir Putin, who invaded Ukraine.
Create an epic video using Envato assets and a touch of Imani magic.
You know what's interesting out of this? Okay, interesting, Shannon. Okay. So
from Andrew, we head down to Local 10's Roy Ramos.
And he has the latest information about Ryan Routh's criminal past, plus reaction from his family. Roy.
Nicole and Calvin, well, this is not his first run-in with the law. In fact, today we got a chance to hear from his son, who is still finding it hard to believe that it is his own father at the center of this federal investigation involving the attempted assassination of the former president. Sketches obtained by Local 10 depicting the moments 58-year-old Ryan Wesley Routh faced a judge in federal court Monday, a day after what investigators described as an attempted assassination by the defense.
How come you can't have cameras in federal court and state, but you could in certain, but you can't have cameras in none of these courts? That's why a lot of that OJ shit was bullshit too, though. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these Ted Bundy and all these courts and cases and shit like that on the camera and shit. on the news 24 hours. Those, a lot of those be this, man, a lot of this stuff is not what you fucking think it is, man. Straight up.
Of former President Donald Trump.
Keep walking!
Body-worn camera from Martin County Sheriff deputies capturing the moment Routh was arrested during a traffic stop after first fleeing from Trump International Golf Course in Palm Beach County.
How did he know he was there? How did he know Trump was there? Anybody answer me that question? How would he know?
Where he was spotted with an AK-47 as Trump was playing golf.
The FBI is continuing its investigation.
See, they know that they had to switch it up from AR-15 to AK-47. They had to change it up just a little bit because it wouldn't, you know what I mean? It'd be way too obvious. But it was too obvious because the mention in the fact that y'all was on this dude since 2019.
Of this incident as an assassination attempt.
Routh now charged with possession of a firearm with a removed serial number and possession of a firearm by.
You know what's how you know this is bullshit? Because yesterday I heard something completely different. I heard they said something completely. Damn, I should have saved that. Damn. They were saying something about. I might still have it on my phone. They was or my history. They were saying something about Trump that, you know what I'm saying. They said somebody, there were shots fired in the vicinity of Trump. Then somebody, I heard a report saying that the Secret Service shot somebody. Now this dude is alive and y'all taking him alive. That, man, this told me twists and turns in these stories, man, on purpose to keep you in suspense, to keep you, because they know people love drama. They know people love bullshit. They know people, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so let me see. Hold up. How did they go from shots fired, man, to the vicinity of Donald Trump? That's what I'm saying. You see how vague and how do you go from that to that? Exactly, Shannon. That's what I'm talking about. Free thinking women, you know what I mean?
Convicted felon. His 25-year-old son reacting to his father's arrest, saying in part, "From the little I've heard, it doesn't sound like the man I know to do it."
Why would the son want to go and make a statement to the news or media? Why? Wouldn't you be upset? Wouldn't you be mad, sad? Wouldn't you be worried about your dad? Why would you, why would a real person would not make any kind of statement to the news media? What the fuck? We don't be thinking, man. We you know. This is his 25-year-old son, by the way. How old is this guy?
Do anything crazy, much less violent. He's a good father and a great man, and I hope you can portray him in an honest light.
Also, we speaking on his dad's behalf.
We've learned he is from Hawaii, where he owns and operates Camp Box Engineering, where he builds storage units in tiny homes. Neighbors there shocked to hear of his arrest.
What the hell is he doing way out here? So you have a lucrative business and you build homes. Why the fuck would you want to? And he's from Hawaii. These are states where delegates are at, right? Aren't the delegates? Don't these delegates be in these U.S. territories?
He's always saying hello, and he's a very good neighbor. And I kind of a shock that all of this is happening.
We found Routh has an arrest record where in 2002 he fled from a traffic stop while armed, and several court cases where authorities claim he failed to pay taxes on time. But it is his social
taxes. What? That's civil. What the fuck does paying taxes on time got to do with any criminal? Paying taxes on time, so that's criminal? Okay, what about immigration? Is that criminal? Or illegal immigration? Is that criminal? So we want to pick and choose, you know what I'm saying? So that lets you know what's up with this Constitution. Is motherfuckers wiping their ass with it or what? Once again, man, staged event. Like this, he said his son's a piece of trash like daddy. Like that, is a piece of trash, Junior Coltrane? A piece of trash? That shit, this story don't make no sense. Man. I'm trying to make it make sense, but it just don't make no sense, man. Ain't from America, America, motherfucker from Hawaii. What the fuck? What the fuck are you doing out here in Florida? Interesting.
Social media page on.
I feel real lucky to have been born in America with freedom and opportunity and hope that I do not waste such a valuable. But then you live in Hawaii though, even though that is American territory. But it's interesting.
X, formerly known as Twitter, that shows his views on politics, even criticizing former President Trump and referencing his assassination attempt in Pennsylvania 2 months ago. This video shows him.
Also, they wait till 2 months later.
At a rally in Kyiv, Ukraine, where President Zelensky said.
So, how does this motherfucker got all this money to go? This motherfucker moving about everywhere. This motherfucker everywhere, huh? That lets me know he's a plant. That lets me know that he's an agent. This motherfucker could just move around the country like Southwest motherfucking Airlines, man. What the fuck? How is this motherfucker in Ukraine, dude?
He tried to join their land forces, but was rejected.
Wait, so let's see. Why didn't they tell us what kind? Is he a Democrat or Republican? Why didn't they tell us that?
And Routh could face a maximum of 20
I know they don't
years
matter, but it's just like,
behind bars if convicted on those charges. As we heard in the press conference earlier today,
But where's the proof that he? Okay, so did he aim and shoot? I don't get it. Did he aim the gun? I don't understand. And then how did he? If that was the case, how did he have time to leave and flee the scene in his car? Why weren't the Secret Service on him? Evil people always try to pretend to be super nice and friendly. Even after Trump becomes president, they are still going to try to off Trump. How did they let him leave, though? I want to hear the breakdown.
Investigation continues and more charges could follow. For now, here in West Palm Beach, Roy Ramos.
I just got a link for a delivery.
I get it.
Did you get me a birthday gift?
Yeah. You should check with Jeannie, though.
Why?
Because I forgot.
Police today released body cam footage of the moment they arrested the man they say planned to assassinate former President Trump while he was golfing. And today it's being asked, how did a gunman get that close to the former president just 2 months after another failed assassination plot? Stephen Fabian's in Palm Beach, Florida with the latest.
Walk straight back!
It's the moment Donald Trump's accused would-be assassin is taken into custody. Ryan Wesley Ruth walks backwards, his shirt over his head to show he's not carrying any weapons.
He never said anything. We kept body camera rolling the whole time.
Martin County Sheriff William Snyder supervised the capture.
He was very calm. His demeanor was one I've characterized as consistent with somebody who was on their way to a late church service on a Sunday. Not somebody who just fired at the former president of the United States.
He says Ruth never uttered a word.
Put him in the back seat, handcuffed, kept the door open, just in case he made a spontaneous.
I don't think there's something a little strange about this story.
In his utterance, he didn't.
Ruth was apprehended 45 minutes after he fled Trump.
45. Oh, guess what the former president's number was? Number 45. Interesting how they gave you these numbers, man. So 45 minutes when and Trump was there, 45 minutes later, he almost got assassinated. Interesting. 45. Number 45. The 45th president was Donald Trump. Interesting. Come on now. Y'all thought that was going to get past me?
Trump's West Palm Beach golf course, where cops say he lay in wait like a sniper for 12 hours.
How did he know Trump was going to be there? We don't think.
Authorities say
he knew Trump was going to be there this day, that time, or yesterday, this day, that time, all that. How do you know that? We don't.
Phone records show.
See, we get into our feelings, we get into our emotions. This is what that's just trained to do. Oh shit! Oh, I feel. But damn, you know what I feel like? I feel like not doing shit, not ever going to work and not doing shit. That's what I feel like doing. And still making money and still having money coming in. That's what most people feel like doing, but that's not reality. Shit. So you can't be in your feelings. You have to be in your actual thought and your reality, right? Yeah, you see, yeah, I caught that. I had to catch that.
that Ruth was at the golf club at 2 a.m. on Sunday. He simply parked his SUV and walked through those bushes where
Sunday service, Sunday. Oh, his demeanor was somebody that was going to a normal Sunday service. Oh, and it just happened to be the attempt happened to be on a Sunday.
he set up a sniper's nest. In this exclusive video, you can see how thick the foliage is. His hiding place was between the 5th and 6th holes. It appears to be the same spot photographers use to take.
You don't try to look. This is all I got to say about this. All right, look. Okay, wait, he voted. Yeah. What y'all talking about in the comment? Even after Trump became president, they are still going to try to off Trump. He voted Trump 2020. He voted Trump 2016, Biden 2020, and now 2020. He's trying to off Trump. And then you just can't believe a single word police say. Damn, that's true. I agree during Coltrane. Trump showed his hand too many times and didn't play the game according to the plan. He is no longer useful to the powers that be. Okay, they try to get rid of him. You see how they did this with the church service statement?
Take photos of Trump when he's golfing. Look how close they can get, about 300 yards from Trump. At 1:30.
Oh, wait. You can't say that. You don't even know what kind of what? You don't even know if he had a sniper. He didn't, for one. He didn't have no sniper rifle, for one. So the image is not going to look like that. If you try to shoot somebody with an AK-47 from that far range, it does not work like that. Did he have binoculars? Did he have goggles? Did he have motherfucking a camera? What did he have? That looked like a camera lens. That's bullshit. That was a camera lens. That was a camera, a zoomed in camera. The dude is gonna have a camera and then an AK-47 in the same two hands. That don't even make no sense. This is how you know this don't make sense. Why didn't he not have a sniper rifle? A sniper rifle has a scope on it. A sniper rifle is designed to shoot somebody from long range, not no fucking AK-47. You see what I'm saying? An AK-47 is for close range. It's for war type. That's a war type gun. That's Soviet gun. That's a Russian gun. They didn't make that shit. They wasn't using no shit. Why do you think they use AK-47s in wars to fucking snipe people? Y'all really think so? There's 45. The 45. The church Sunday service statement is like they just can't stop themselves. Did he slip up and say that? Was he supposed to say that? And then you try to give the dude some kind of sympathy and empathy because he's white. I get it. It makes sense.
3 p.m., a Secret Service agent who was one hole ahead of Trump spotted a gun barrel sticking out of the chain link fence and fired.
The subject, who did not have line of sight to the...
You mean to tell me somebody that shot him with a sniper rifle didn't hit him? You mean to tell me that Secret Service motherfucker did not hit him? They're trained. Some of the motherfuckers are military trained. You mean to tell me they didn't shoot? They didn't hit him? You see,
former president fled the scene. He did not fire or get off any shots at our agent.
Trump was playing.
But y'all said that shots were fired in the vicinity of Trump. So y'all changed the whole shit around.
In golf with real estate tycoon Stephen Witkoff, who spoke at the Republican National Convention about his friendship with Trump.
A true and dear friend for many, many years.
Fox News Channel Sean Hannity says Witkoff told him they dove for cover when the shots rang out, as agents once again threw themselves on him to shield him from any bullets. A replay of the other assassination attempt 9 weeks ago in Pennsylvania.
He told me what had happened, and he said that 4 shots had gone off. They heard it. It was pop, 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 pop. That's how he described it.
Does it make sense, though? If his Secret Service shot, what? Why did he say, oh, my Secret Service members were shooting? Oh, that's what happened. That's the only thing that happens. My Secret Service members thought they seen somebody and they shot him. Why is it a wholly different story?
And he was absolutely, positively.
I don't see no gun. That's the gun. Oh, and the other picture, I see some.
Blown away by how quickly the Secret Service got on the president, got him off the golf course.
Cops say Ryan Wesley Ruth fled, leaving behind his.
You see, look. They're using AK-47s. They're using AR. They're using these type of guns to get rid of, so they can get rid of them. Why none of these people got sniper rifles? Because they know nobody. They know that the Democrats are not arguing and debating over sniper rifles. They're debating and arguing over AR-15s. That does make sense. You're not going to use that kind of gun for that, man. You're going to use a sniper rifle, man. Come on now. Why? How come him and the other assassin, none of them used? And guess what? Oh, both of them had AK-47s. Interesting. How this? See, that's how you know it's staged, right? Look, I just broke this down. Listen to what I'm saying. Both these Trump assassins had AK-47s. What is the coincidence of that? What a coincidence. Both these motherfuckers had the same gun. Oh, interesting. Come on, man. Come on now. Seriously, come on now. Come on, let's stop it.
His gun, 2 backpacks, and a GoPro camera positioned on the fence. He then hopped in his SUV and started driving down this road towards.
Where was this at? How did? Wait. Huh?
Towards I-95, but a sharp-eyed witness.
So this is one way. How did he? Would he run across traffic? What? Where was the car parked?
Spotted him.
That looked like a fucking like damn near a highway. Not a highway, but it looked like a road.
A witness that came to us and said, "Hey, I saw the guy running out of the bushes. He jumped into a black Nissan."
How did he know? How did they know? How did the witnesses know what was going on? Or did they hear the shots? Okay, maybe they heard the shot, whatever, the commotion. Well, I mean, it's just not enough detail for me. I don't know.
And I took a picture of the vehicle and the tank, which was great.
The FBI issued a bolo. Be on the lookout.
Once we saw the vehicle, we followed it safely until we could get enough vehicles around it.
And they just happened to bust on the same day. Interesting. He didn't get away, huh? Why would you leave the gun with all your fingerprints on that? You just leave all the evidence, huh?
Forced it to stop, and then got the suspect at a gunpoint.
Trump was whisked away back to the safety.
Whisk away. What is whisk away? What is he? Did somebody sweep him off his feet or something? What was he at the ball? With Cinderella and shit? What do you mean whisk away? Like into the sun, like into the moonlight? What the fuck kind of words
of Mar-a-Lago. I would like to thank everyone for your concern and well wishes. It was certainly an interesting day, he writes on social media. He was still wearing his golf clothes when he posed for this photo with.
Why wouldn't he be wearing his golf clothes?
Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, and his wife.
Spent about 3 hours with him. He was in very good spirits, as you might expect. That's who he is. He's so resilient, and we were really grateful to see him.
Today, many are asking, how could someone get so close to the former president?
What do you mean so? How did he know he was there, dude? That's what you want to ask. What are we kidding me or what? So Chak trying to get on, but why is it this rule? Oh, Chak, they said you got to connect your mic. Oh, that's so corny like that. How StreamYard does that. So you got to connect your audio, Chak. All right, so I'm not asking how the fuck he got so close. I'm asking how did he know he was there that day, that minute, that time? That's what I'm asking.
Secret Service leadership has failed yet again because the
okay, okay, here goes the debate again. Oh shit, we dropped the ball again. They didn't drop the my bad. They didn't drop the FBI didn't drop the ball against Puffy. They didn't drop the ball against his black ass. But yet over here on the other hand, we got the, you know what I'm saying, the FBI, the Secret Service that dropped the ball on this case for the second time. Interesting. 2 times. Fuck it. Is it going to be a third time a charm? You can't make this up, dude. You can't. See, when I was little, I didn't get it. I didn't understand. But now that I'm older, you know what I'm saying? I get this. I just get how everything correlates. How did the guy even know Trump was going to be there? Be playing at that time. I bet the guy gets effed in jails real quick. That's funny.
The resources that are required to protect President Trump are still not there.
But golf courses are especially difficult to secure, says former FBI agent Richard Frankel.
The border of almost every golf course is very expansive and very open. It's almost impossible to cover every area of a golf course's border to make sure that no one comes in. You cannot control the borders of a golf course, or if you do, it's going to take an.
If that's his own golf course, isn't that on him? Isn't that on Trump? They said that was his golf course. I read the thing, Trump, whatever the fuck. Isn't that on him to build a fucking wall? You want to build a wall around the motherfucking country, but you can't build a wall around your motherfucking golf course. Interesting. Wow. That's a brain fart on that one.
Extreme
brain burp. You know what I'm saying?
Amount of manpower.
Trump's family is shaken by this latest threat on his life. His son, Eric Trump, saying today, "My father is running out of lives."
Of course he is. Ridiculousness. All right, so look, I gotta get these fucking clothes. I should have been did this shit. All right, so let's go into what's his name right now, Inside Edition. Oh, you can really trust them. Motherfuckers, best sources of fucking media. All right, so look. So check this out. There's a lady on YouTube named Lady Boulay. She's very suspect. Watch out for her channel. Do not mess with her channel. And if you go and mess with her channel, you go on her channel and check out her channel. She's suspect. She's very biased. They try to get on me in the comments that don't trust nobody with Boulay in their name. You know what I'm saying? I've been seeing, I don't even know. I never subscribed to this broad or nothing. I watch one channel and I keep getting notifications. I keep getting her channels and everything on my feed, which is really interesting. You got to watch out for these motherfuckers. Some of these motherfuckers got influence to where they could get get put in the algorithm and shit. You know what I'm saying? Be careful. A lot of these motherfuckers on YouTube are full of shit too. So especially some of these so-called black motherfuckers. All right, so damn, it's burned because I'm not gonna be able to. I'll watch it later. I'm gonna go get these clothes real quick. Like washing dishes.
A Different Man is just simply a movie like anything you've seen. It's about a man who sets out to make a dream come true and loses himself in the process. You think the grass is green.
Interesting. All right, I'm gonna come back so I can. I'm not gonna play the whole thing. I don't want to be burnt like that. But you already know. I gotta go in, man. I can't, you know what I'm saying? I gotta play shit. I gotta be a different kind of YouTuber. I can't be on shit. All right, so I'll be right back. Me go get this. Why would that be the headlines, right? Somebody knows something.
The attempt to end my husband's life was a horrible, distressing experience. Now, the silence around it feels heavy. I can't help but wonder, why didn't law enforcement officials arrest the shooter before the speech?
We were monitoring this guy for an hour beforehand. Yeah. No one told you not to take the stage?
No, nobody mentioned it. Nobody said there was a problem. And I would have waited for 15. They could have said, let's wait for 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 5 minutes, something. Nobody said, I think that was a mistake. How did somebody get on that roof? And why wasn't he reported? Because people saw that he was on the roof. I mean, you had Trumpers screaming. A woman in the red shirt, she was screaming, "There's a man on the roof!" And then other people said, "There's a man on the roof who's got a gun." And that was quite a bit before I walked onto the stage. So you would have thought somebody would have done something about it.
There is definitely more to this story, and we need to uncover the truth.
Officials say the predetermined path suggests crooks flew the drone more than once to scope out the event site. At least 4 congressional committees are planning to probe the security failures that allowed him to gain access to the nearby rooftop that he fired from. Republican Senator Josh Hawley says he's heard from multiple whistleblowers.
The idea that you could have all of this time elapse and nobody notices, no law enforcement notices he's on the roof. Whistleblowers tell me that law enforcement were actually on different channels, different radio communication channels. There were multiple different channels and they weren't coordinated.
I think the American people are going to be shocked, astonished, and appalled by what we will report to them about the failures by the Secret Service in this assassination attempt of the former president. But I think they also ought to be appalled and astonished by the failure of the Department of Homeland Security to be more forthcoming, to be as candid and frank as it should be to them in terms of providing information. And we are going to absolutely insist on the truth and the whole truth in documents and testimony as members of the United States Senate, but also as citizens.
What did you learn new today when you said they're going to be appalled?
I'm not going to go into what we have learned in specifics. I'm giving you my reaction. And we will have a report very, very soon that I think will absolutely shock the American people, or it should, about the lapses and lags in the protection that was afforded that day and the breakdown in communication, failure and responsibility.
Is that report coming today or tomorrow?
I'm sorry?
Is that report coming out tonight or tomorrow?
No.
And if you didn't know, it has happened again. The U.S. Secret Service says there was another attempt to assassinate former President Donald Trump.
An apparent assassination attempt against former President Donald Trump.
For the second time in as many months, Donald Trump has been the target of an attempted assassination.
The fact that there has been another assassination attempt upon President Trump is beyond concerning. I want to thank the Secret Service who were scouting out ahead of time, and I also want to thank the FBI for immediately opening the investigation.
Keep walking!
What I miss?
There's that moment in work when there's too many tools and the spark fades. Not anymore. This is the intelligent Candace. Do in minutes what usually takes hours with AI.
New information, which records show the suspect spent nearly 12 hours near the golf course before being confronted.
Yeah, right. Y'all really fucking think that? So he didn't have to. Did he have to take a shit? Did he have to take a piss? So what did he shit and piss right there at the little by the gate? What was he doing for? How did somebody just post him for 12 hours like that? Was this a stakeout or something? We believe this. And more than on board with control the camera. It's bizarre how the TV and media just downplays a multiple Trump assassination attempt. It's very telling, demon, that they just demons. J13 investigation coming soon. Interesting. There's a level of anger across America over Trump. Assassination is going to light the fuse. I think this is going to push to give him more votes to me.
The suspect spent nearly 12 hours near the golf course before being confronted.
We're looking through this criminal complaint that was released on the federal court docket. As we know, he made his appearance in federal court. And I want to read some of this man's history. It says that on or about December 20th, 2002, he was convicted in Greensboro, North Carolina, where he's from, of possession of a...
I thought he was from Hawaii, man. Or he live in Hawaii? From Hawaii? I'm confused.
Of mass death and destruction. That's a Class F felony. Law enforcement indicates further that on or about March 3rd, 2010.
What? Why didn't he do any serious time for any of this shit?
About 8 years later, he was convicted of multiple counts of possession of stolen goods. Another class.
I didn't hear nothing. Didn't I just play the other thing? They didn't say nothing about none of that. They just said a high-speed chase. And what else they say? They didn't say nothing about none of this. Why I go on different stations, they say different. Boy, I tell you, man, the media is evolved, baby.
H felony. That's what they used for the probable cause, so they could keep him in custody today to charge him with possessing a gun as a felon and obliterating a serial number as a felon. So he remains.
Did he have any, to your knowledge, any ties to Martin County or the Treasure Coast?
Yeah, to my knowledge, does he have any ties to Martin County? I think the answer to my knowledge, the answer is no. I have no knowledge. I think what we're finding out, he's not from this area, which of course raises the bigger question: is how does a guy from not here get all the way to Trump International, realize that the president, former president of the United States, is golfing and is able to get a rifle in that vicinity? I think that's the question.
How do you know? How did he know he was there?
FBI, Secret Service are laser focused on today. Is this guy part of a conspiracy? Is he a lone gunman? If he's a lone gunman, President Trump is that much safer because we have him. But if he's part of a conspiracy, then this whole thing really takes on a very ominous tone.
I don't gotta say conspiracy. This old white sheriff, racist dude just said it. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you turned his face. Why would you turn his social media off? Why would? Try to take a breath. Do y'all believe this? Why is his? See, Dan Calloway gonna break it down. So I broke it down a little some. You know what I mean? I got the gematria effects coming up because I already know he made a video about this already. So I'm on it. I'm gonna break it down to y'all. Why would you scrub his account? And Facebook, I mean, YouTube is making millions of first. What are you talking about? What the fuck does that say? That's some Russian shit looking shit. What the fuck? This motherfucker knew Russian? See, this dude is not no American dude. He ain't no regular motherfucker, man. Post because I spent up to Afghan army, Ukraine may be interested in 3,000 troops. So we are looking for all troops to be ready and have passports. If you have passports, please send me a copy in Ukraine Gmail. Why would you have a Ukrainian Gmail.com on WhatsApp, and I'll send it to Ukraine? What is this? What does any of this have to do with Trump? We're not liking Trump. Don't expect the project to be done, so don't get your hopes up. But we have to give them what they want. Afghan soldiers, Ukraine, somewhat interested. Wow. This motherfucker look burnt. But see, you know what I noticed when white people do stuff like this, or they use them as psyops or stage, whatever the fuck. I noticed they don't. This is not the stereotype for the white dude. This is not the criminalization of the white man. This is not. They don't use all white people as a whole for what he did. They don't categorize all white people for what he did. But if it's somebody black that do something, they categorize the whole race. If it's a little kid that do something, they gonna make it and treat him like he was a fucking grown man. You know what I'm saying? Like, one of his Facebook posts appears as if it's recruiting random black people to join him up. This dude's an agent, man. This dude is just not a regular person, dude. Ministry of Defense of Ukraine, military, and then the code. That's interesting, dude. That shit is. I'm tripping off. Wow.
Well, the Ukrainians have a right to fight back.
I don't do paper, though.
I don't care if you do paper or not. I'm looking for revolutionaries. A number of people want to take this whole system down.
Bro, I'm a veteran. Like, do you need me?
What kind of veteran are you?
Bro, I served in Newtown.
Why is he not even looking? Why is he not looking? Where's he looking? Why is he looking this way if the dude talking to him is this, or is he talking to somebody over here?
Well, I think it's better to.
Why is he looking this way? He looking this way, and the dude is right here. What's going on with this? And he's associated with BlackRock. Come on, they're telling you what's going on, man. They're telling people.
Serving, fighting the powers, fucking over the system.
Bro, give me a Glock and a help.
Oh, okay. So this is supposed to be an anti, but why would you try to shoot at Trump though? See, doesn't make no sense, right? I'm not defending Trump or nothing like that, right? I'm not no Trumpster or nothing like that, but Trump was supposed to be the guy that's supposed to be trying to clean the swamp, drain the swamp, trying to, you know what I'm saying, get back to the republic and trying to, you know what I mean, go against the Democratic, establishment. But at the same time, why would you try to take him out? Wouldn't you be trying to take out the motherfuckers that are bringing all these illegals in here? Wouldn't you be trying? I mean, excuse me, I'm not even going to say all that, but it just doesn't make any sense. I don't know. Why would you try to take Trump out? What does Trump have to do with Ukraine? That's weird. I don't know.
Okay.
Take a look at that.
But I don't do paper, though. I just told you that.
Dude, then get away. We don't need people who aren't serious. If you're not serious,
I'm serious, but I don't do paper, bro. You're literally killing the environment.
We're moving on. You go ahead, have your lunch.
No, bro, I'm going to class. I'm a scholar.
Go to class.
Please tell me
that sounded staged.
Who you are and why are you here?
56.
Y'all don't think this dude is come on. Let's please use our common sense, our critical thinking. Let's use what God gave us. Y'all really think this is real? You really think that this person, you really think this is an actor, man. This is the actor. This dude is with the government. Because Ukraine is pro-government, right? Ukraine is giving them billions and millions of dollars. And this dude so if you're for Ukraine, then you're for the government. Why he ain't saying that about Israel? Why is it just Ukraine? Very interesting. Or he might be a foreigner. He looked like he's European, like you're from Europe.
From the U.S. From North Carolina. originally, so I live in Hawaii now, so flew all the way from Hawaii here. So the question as far as why I'm here, to me, you know, a lot.
This is Romania. What is he doing in Romania? What is Romania?
All the other conflicts are gray, but this conflict is definitely black and white. This is about good versus evil. This is a storybook, you know, any movie we've ever watched, this is definitely evil against good. I mean, we're battling a situation here where, you know, the Ukrainians and the rest of the world are caring and kind and generous and unselfish. And take care of one another. And it's just a matter of, you know, we need to stand up for that. That is the most important thing in the world, is just to show human beings that we're kind and we're caring and that we take care of one another and that the world is united so that we feed each other and make sure that, you know, we all move forward as one collective whole unit. These flags represent the civilians that are here fighting. It doesn't represent the governments, but we are keeping account of all the civilians that are here fighting that have come from their own countries. They've sold everything.
Why the fuck would you go to Ukraine and fight on their behalf? Why the fuck would you do that? Why would you do that? You think motherfuckers in their right mind? Motherfuckers got their bills they got to pay and all this bullshit. These motherfuckers got fucking mortgages and stupid shit. You know what I'm saying? The motherfucking bills and fucking light bills and shit. You really think they would go to fucking another country to risk their life for fucking what? Motherfuckers, certain motherfuckers got kids and grandkids and shit. You think they would really fucking do that? You can't. You gotta. You know what I'm saying? If there's no thinking, then you know what I'm saying. Does that make sense?
Thing they've owned, they've sold.
I can't think for you.
Their vehicles, their cars, their motorcycles.
Dane Calloway can't think for you. Motherfucking Gematria Effect can't think. Darren Muhammad, people like that can't. We can't do the thinking all the time.
Everything to come here and support Ukrainians. So it is truly.
Why would you? What are we supporting Ukrainians for? They got a Nazi. What's his name? Let me text Chak. They have a Nazi. What's his name? A Nazi. Oh, oops, he's on right now too. A Nazi regiment of Ukraine. The Ukrainian army. Excuse me. I'm trying to get another Chak in here. I'm trying to get another opinion. This is ridiculous.
Heroic. What these kids and adults have done as far as getting here on their own dime and spending their own money to come here.
For what? This is trying to desensitize you. I mean, this is a state. He's an actor, obviously. But besides this is desensitize you. There's homelessness in America. There's poverty in America. There's war. This is war too because the government declares war on you, the regular person. So why would we go to another country to fight for what? For what? And what is motherfuckers getting for doing that? What are they getting from Ukraine to fight for them? What they getting? Are they able to be sovereign citizens like these motherfuckers are able to be sovereign citizens out here in America? I'm confused.
Here and fight with the Ukrainians, but it's only a small percentage, you know, of if we have 5,000 here against 5 billion adults, it is nothing. It's a drop in the bucket, and we need 100,000 people here.
You don't think really don't think he was hired by the American government to do this, to recruit people? You don't really think so? Y'all don't think so? Or you don't think the U.S. government knows he was doing this?
Fighting. This square should be filled with thousands of people from every country. We've only got 50 countries represented. We've got 190 countries. So obviously we're missing 140 countries. So that's unacceptable. So, you know, every representative, every civilian from every country needs to come here. You know, this is an indictment of every civilian's good and evil compass. You know, if you're not here and you're sitting on your couch watching TV, then you're not doing the right thing.
So how did guys in the 1940s and 50s get jacked and ripped without steroids, supplements, or crazy science-backed workout?
Officials in Kyiv simply aren't interested in recruiting them.
Ukraine is reluctant to be cooperative.
That's Ryan Ruth, a U.S. citizen who set up the International Volunteer Center in Ukraine to help connect foreigners to Ukrainian military units.
Now I'm talking to over 100 soldiers every day, and pretty much everybody, all of my contacts in Ukraine, they were adamant and pretty much yelled at me every time that I suggested that we bring in Afghans.
The Ukrainian government didn't respond to our request for comment, but a source close to the officials in Kyiv told Semaphore that their top concern is the question of loyalty in the thick fog of war.
The biggest thing is spies. They're afraid that anybody and everybody is a Russian spy.
Those concerns aren't completely unfounded.
You donated to Act Blue. Come on, man. You know what Act Blue? You know Act Blue is what's the name, right? That's some government. It's part of the government. It's kind of low key, but that's George Soros thing, and they give money to these government officials. Hello, come on now. Let's keep it 100 now. Joe Andres, who's a member of the Biden-Harris administration, posing with him. Why is he? Why is he posing with this dude?
Moved to Ka'ava, on Oahu, a few years ago, and they're stunned that he could be involved in something like this. Our Stephen Florino reports.
This quiet neighborhood on the windward side of Oahu rocked at the news. Their neighbor, reportedly the suspect in the attempted assassination of former President Trump in Florida.
He went over there to do that? Really? Wow, it's hard to believe.
Wow, this is like unbelievable. Yeah, it's like one of those movie type of deals. I mean, it's a small community, real family oriented.
It's like a movie? Oh, okay, it's like a movie, right? Mm-hmm.
Real nice guy. Him and the girlfriend get along well, most of the time great, but it's amazing.
Neighbors say Ryan Ralph lived in this house for several years. Didn't talk politics, but the home did show his allegiances. The American flag near the door, the Biden-Harris sticker on the truck bed.
But he hasn't talked too much about politics. I mean, they did have a Biden sign in the front of the house, but other than that, no, not really.
No, we just talk about surfing. Yeah, that's it. We just go surf all the time.
We spoke to several neighbors, and they all pretty much described him the same way. A nice guy, quiet guy, a great carpenter who actually renovated most of his house, even offered to help anyone who needed it.
He always helped the community. In fact, he built my house. I got a small house. I live up in the back in the bushes. Yeah, he built a little 10 by 10 for me and my 10 dogs.
Neighbors say he even traveled to Ukraine to help in the conflict there.
He went to Ukraine when it just started. He went to go help out the people there for a couple months. I think it was like 6 months at one time. Then he came back and I was like, how was it? It was like, oh, good. He helped everybody and stuff like that. And then I think he left again.
Investigate.
But see, this is the thing, right? Why don't they see if this was a Trump or somebody if this was a Trump or somebody trying to assassinate somebody as it was a Democrat, they would be blaming all Trumpsters, they would be blaming all the Republicans. But how come it's just the other way around? This is a Democrat or wherever the fuck this guy is trying to assassinate this so-called Republican Donald Trump. Why are they not putting a blanket on all Democrats? Why are they not calling Democrats extremists?
Investigators stopped by the house for a short time, knocked on the door, left after no one answered.
Because he's like so mellow, he's real low key. He doesn't make too much. He doesn't make any trouble in the community. Let me put it that way. So it's a real shock, very shocking news.
Stephen Florino, KHON2 News, working for Hawaii.
Returned to the White House, but this event was not on any kind of public schedule, so it's not clear how this alleged lone gunman knew the former president would be playing golf today, and also at what time.
Didn't I ask that question? Didn't I just say that? How the fuck did he know? He was there.
President was on the fifth hole on the front nine at Trump International. How did this lone gunman know? Perhaps he followed the motorcade. Of course, when the former president travels, he travels in a motorcade. He has Secret Service protection. But that is one of the things. If this was another potential assassin, how he had this information about where.
Come on, man. Come on now.
Former President Trump was playing golf. Of course, he owns numerous golf courses in the state of Florida, the Doral in the Miami area. But of course, Trump International is the closest to Mar-a-Lago and Palm Beach, where he resides. That is one of the big questions we hope to hear in this press conference coming up shortly, Eric.
Yeah, and even if you don't know exactly what his schedule is, if you're a local, you know that the former president plays golf. You can obviously see police and the Secret Service presence. You can see the motorcade, and you know when that is happening. And we see a motorcade right now going over the bridge from Palm Beach over the bridge over to West Palm Beach.
It's not a far trip.
The former president spoke to Brett Baer, and Brett is quoting the former president as saying, quote, "Tell everybody I am fine, and the Secret Service did a great job." So in light of the new reporting that the Secret Service did what it's supposed to do, it saw a threat to the president, a potential threat, a man with an AK-47 within the vicinity of the former president on the street, a few hundred yards apparently away from the fifth hole. And the Secret Service agent did what they are trained to do, took out the service revolver, their weapons, and tried to stop this apparent suspect.
Secret Service advance agent supporting the front edge of the agency's layered approach to protection encountered an individual attempting to secrete himself in the wood line. This happened. The alleged gunman was on the public side of the fence.
Why are you saying alleged? He didn't try to shoot at Trump, and it's very interesting how you're all right.
Near the sixth green. A layered approach of security is integral to the Secret Service's protective methodologies, and it's also the key to our success. As former President Trump was moving through the fifth fairway across the course and out of sight of the sixth green, the agent, who was visually sweeping the area of the sixth green, saw the subject armed with what he perceived to be a rifle and immediately discharged his firearm. The subject, who did not have line of sight to the former president, fled the scene. He did not fire or get off.
If he didn't have line of sight, what was he doing right there? If you don't have line of sight, why the fuck would you have an AK-47 instead of a sniper rifle?
Any shots at our agent. He did not fire or get off any shots at our agent.
But the rhetoric is on both sides. It's coming from the right, it's coming from the left.
The rhetoric, they have tried to kill this man twice, okay? He got shot in the ear, and this guy was sitting up shop outside of a golf course to try to kill him this weekend. And I know after something like this happens, it's very fashionable to, talk about rhetoric on both sides. Donald Trump is the target, okay? He's the current target, and it's happening, and it's happened again. And honestly, we have to have a conversation about elections. If you lose an election, the country's not going to come to an end, okay? What I want Democrats to do, honestly, is to say, it's okay. Like, if Donald Trump wins, democracy will not end, the Constitution will not end, we're not going to live in a dictatorship, there will not be a bloodbath. All the things they say that are totally fabricated, to me, it would be a good day to stop doing that. The most important thing that could possibly happen.
What does that have to do with this assassination?
In my opinion, is for everybody to agree, especially Democrats, that the country is not going to be irreparably damaged if Democrats lose, that our Constitution is not going to go away, democracy is not going to come to an end, there will be no bloodbath, there will be no dictatorship on day one, which they all say all day long on this network and others. If everyone could just agree that that kind of hyperbolic statement will not take place anymore and that it's not been true every time it's been said, that would be a step in the right direction. And I know everybody's talking today about all the rhetoric in this country and what are we going to do to fix it going forward? Folks, it's too late. It's too late, in my opinion, because all the rhetoric about Donald Trump over the last several years, that he's a threat to democracy, that the country will come to an end if he gets elected president again.
That's some bullshit, though.
You know, even over the weekend, we had people blaming him and J.D. Vance for a bomb threat in Springfield. Well, if you have believed that over the weekend, then how can you not believe that the rhetoric leading up to today is not somehow responsible for the fact that this man has now survived 2 assassination attempts? So what I want Democrats to do, honestly, is to say, it's okay. Like, if Donald Trump wins, democracy will not end. The Constitution will not end. We're not going to live in a dictatorship. There will not be a bloodbath. All the things they say that are totally fabricated, to me, it would be a good day to stop doing that.
If you had to be stuck in an elevator with either President Trump, Mike Pence, or Jeff Sessions, who would it be?
Does one of us have to come out alive?
Don't you say that. Don't you say that. Don't you jump like that? Really? Yo, shout out to Dan Calloway. Salute Dan Calloway, man. Check out his channel. Why would you joke like that and say something like that? You're supposed to be official, right? Man, I tell you, boy. I'm going to play Geometry Effect after this, but I'll mess around and end up not playing this and forget. Let me play this right now. The Springfield community dealing with national spotlight, a bomb threat. I mean, honestly, I ain't taking no sides, you know, whatever. But the thing is, if the police is rejecting the claims, oh, come on, bro. You and I don't trust the police. That's like, where's the proof? I need to see proof, hard proof, evidence. That's what I need to see. I can't just jump. And the thing is, we can't be see we you know, the thing is they letting all these other immigrants in this motherfucker, man. Shit, man. Why are we surprised they letting them in here? We're gonna have more smoke for the black immigrants. Okay, I get it. Makes sense. Let's go. So it happened a month ago. Okay, let's go.
Mic check, mic check.
Yeah. So if it happened a month ago, Chak, why now? Oh, it happened in August. Okay, why are we hearing about this shit now? And then why is it a big deal now? Why didn't they blow it up big in August, like when it was in August? And why are we hearing about Haitians now? I thought they deported all the Haitians and shit back like fucking 3 years ago. When it was on in Mexico and shit, when they was on horseback, the motherfucking, I'm confused. I just think, you know what I'm saying? All of a sudden we're hearing about Haitian migrants now. Okay. All right. Right. How would he know what Creole sounds like? You in Ohio? How the fuck would you know what Creole speak? Isn't that Louisiana? Isn't that French?
Out about what it's doing to the community. Our Stephanie Dupre kicks off our team coverage with more on their message.
Well, nearly 20 pastors were here this afternoon addressing Springfield being in the spotlight, and each person who spoke was debunking all of those rumors, saying that immigrants eating wildlife and people's pets is just simply not true. Many people spoke this afternoon, and the whole press conference was more about sending the message of love and welcoming immigrants and really just anyone to the area. And while they did plead for more resources to help maintain so many people, they also had emotional responses about what they're calling misinformation. They also heard from a leader within the Haitian community here in Springfield.
No, they are not eating cats. And as our
government said dogs. We haven't seen one account of that. And let me assure you that if that was happening here in our city, I would have received complaints about it.
People, high-ranking people in power should try to control their narrative, their rhetoric, because what they say can affect an entire country, can affect a community, can affect mental health of people, especially a vulnerable group of people. So we believe in humanity. We believe that they can do better.
And after the press conference, the group held a prayer and then was calling on state and national leaders for an apology. On your side in Springfield, I'm Stephanie Dupre, ABC 6 News.
Stephanie, thank you. There was a heavy police presence in Springfield for much of the day as authorities responded.
Oh, interesting. How they tied a bomb threat into all this. Oh, wow. Okay, right. Happen to be in the same place that these immigrants are in. Okay, let's go.
To a bomb threat at City Hall and several other buildings.
And tonight we've also learned it targeted certain community members. Terry Sullivan in studio tonight breaking down all that information. Terry?
Absolutely. Now, Springfield Mayor Rob Rood telling our Daryl Rowland over the phone that email threat contained, quote, enough negative language towards immigrants, towards Haitian folks that would bring enough concern. At the beginning.
Now they're trying to make a bomb threat to this, right? Okay. Well, how convenient. No other bomb threats in Ohio, in that part of Ohio, right? But until now, okay.
Of an afternoon news conference, the Springfield Police Chief, Allison Elliott, flat out said she wouldn't be taking any questions. Instead, she read from a prepared statement, which contains.
Why are you not taking questions? Because you know this is a psyop. That's why she's not taking questions. It's that simple. So you're not going to answer to the community or to the media? Interesting. Okay.
Really no new information, just what we had learned hours earlier. Several agencies got that bomb threat by email at 8:24 this morning. City Hall was evacuated and closed the rest of the day, as were several other buildings in the area. Well, reporters had plenty of questions for the police chief, but the chief again said she wouldn't be taking any questions. And that's when reporters loudly complained.
She just happened not to tonight. Then why even have a press conference about it then?
About a lack of transparency.
I encourage the public, if you see something, please say something. Thank you.
Okay. Like what though? Like, what do you mean?
Today along Champion Avenue.
You talking about motherfuckers eating geese? Or are you talking about motherfuckers with bombs and backpacks? What is she talking about?
To either
cats, dogs, hogs?
Other or the larger attention Springfield has been getting this week.
Again, we are not taking questions at this time. I do have Karen Graves, Ms. Karen Graves from the city here with us.
Good afternoon, everybody. I just want to let you know that if you have any further questions after this, you can email me.
They get honored because they know it's BS. They know that stage psyops and the hails.
Again, no questions answered. Elliott said all the buildings were checked and cleared by police and explosives detecting canines. The nearby courthouse was checked. As a precaution, it was also cleared. Now, the chief said right now they are partnering with the Dayton office of the FBI to identify the source of that email.
Y'all should have been did that. Come on, dude. Shaq, where Shaq go? Damn it. All right, man, check this out. We're going to, what's the name right now? We're going to geometry effects, man. Y'all want to get this broken down a little bit more before I get out of here? What? You know what, geometry? And then he's going to be 49, huh? All right, let's go into, damn. I wonder if he's talking about the Trump shit. Let's go into the Diddy. He talking about the Diddy shit. Let's go into that. I was hoping he would be talking about this. Hold up. Okay, let's go into the golf course. And then let's go, damn. I'm gonna play the golf course and I'm gonna play the Diddy one. All right. All right. Check out Zach Hobart. You know what I mean? Gematria Effects News. You can check him out. Subscribe to his channel. This dude is deep with the gematria and the numerology. All right. Check him out. Fair use 1976 under the Copyright Act. This gives me allowance to report on this video for commentary purposes. Yeah, that 45 thing was super. They let you know they're telling on you on themselves. Watch, he's gonna say the same. He might mention the 45 thing. He's gonna break it down. He's gonna break it down from a numerology perspective and from the perspective I'll be breaking it down. Just common sense. I'm not gonna say common sense because some of this shit is tricky and it is designed to fool you. But I'm just gonna say critical thinking. Here we go.
Welcome back, True Seeker.
Just because you get fooled by this don't mean you're stupid or dumb, you know. It don't mean that.
It is Sunday, September 15th, 2024.
This is gonna make you laugh the way he breaks it down too, though.
And I'd rather be spending time with my sweet lady right now, but I feel that it is my obligation to yet again expose how corrupt our media is, our government is, people like Donald Trump are, and so is Joe Biden, and so.
Okay, Chak, I'm gonna let you. I want to let you chime in on the shit I was just playing about that bomb threat. What you think about that? That bomb threat bullshit I just played, Chak. In Ohio, and the immigrants, same shit. No, I guess it's not the same thing. We'll call them immigrants. What you think about that? I think it was some motherfucking bullshit, if you ask me. Chak, you there? What? Hold on.
Was Kamala Harris. This isn't some partisan show where we're taking sides. Again, I expose all of these puppets equally, and I show who the puppeteer is. Again, we don't stick to they and, anonymous terms over here. We expose who's controlling the puppet show. And that is the same Jesuits who gave us the calendar and the language, and the same Jesuits who educated Donald Trump at Fordham starting in 1964, like how today's story comes 64 days after July 13th, when Trump pumped his fist on the 13th of the month under the 13 stripes, 13 weeks from the anniversary of the establishment of the Secret Service on the day Lincoln was assassinated.
Chak, dude, damn, already he's fucking breaking it down already. Well, I mean, 3 minutes in already. Yeah, what you think about the other that bomb threat and the shit on Ohio, man?
I'm in there. Can you hear me?
Yeah, yep.
Man, it took me. Man, I had to.
I think
man, I was.
StreamYard doing that.
Not as me. I was troubleshooting. See, I'm on my tablet. It's Amazon Fire tablet, and it won't let me come in through through the Chrome. So I got to use their browser, Silk browser. I had to figure out like, damn, I'm on Chrome.
You know what?
Because Chrome ain't.
When I had to download this shit. Because this is Safari, the app, the MacBooks and Apple. That's Safari. In order me for the shit, I had to download Chrome. Interesting, bro.
Yeah, but see, Chrome don't come on the Amazon devices. But I've been downloaded. I did some little, some little IT shit and downloaded it. But when you do that, sometimes it don't work for certain apps though. They'll tell you that when you cross over and download different softwares on other devices. But it's crazy because I can listen to YouTube and all that through the Chrome app and get online and shit. But for some reason with the StreamYard app, it won't let me connect the mic. So I had to flip back to the Silk browser, which is the Amazon Fire browser. It's an operating browser system. So I like, damn, what the hell going on, man? I know I was on here before. So I had to figure out, okay, so I had to turn off the phone call, go to the damn headset mic thing in the settings. How you connect your Wi-Fi and Bluetooth to Bluetooth. So I had to cut off the phone call and just leave on the media, what's the name? Option.
Got you.
So that's what I've been doing over troubleshooting because I like, well, shit, let me start trying to get on with my lab. Yeah, my tablet and shit.
What you think about the hate? What do you think about that bomb? What you think about the bomb threat and then the Haitian people in the same town? I guess they're trying to say that somebody, I guess, was mad at the Haitians there or something trying to build a bomb threat. That could be anybody could just write out that shit, dude. You know what I'm saying?
That's kind of weird, man.
And then it just happened to be around the same time that all this shit is going on, right? And tell me, oh, we're gonna go to the FBI so the FBI can investigate it. Why didn't you already do that? Why didn't the FBI already investigate it? You guys are putting it out in the media, and you see how the police chief didn't even want to talk about it. Police chief did not want to talk about that shit.
They didn't want to talk about it because they didn't want to get that on record. See, that's what they see. It's this whole deny neglect. So if they don't report on it, don't just like they were saying that the crime is down. Well, we find out now that some of these cities are not reporting. They're not giving the daily reports and the weekly reports on the activity that's going on, the incidents, all incidents and activities. So they on some man. We dealing with some hellified individuals, man. I can't even call them people. I can't even call them human beings. I don't know what
these motherfuckers are. Some crafty motherfuckers.
You go, bro.
And then what about that Trump shooter shit? That shit was some bullshit, dude. Talking about, oh yeah, 45 minutes after you have to get him 45 minutes after this and that. Nigga, wasn't Trump number 45 president, bro? They telling themselves a lot, bro. They telling themselves. Then they talking about, oh, the mother. Did you see the Dan Calloway shit? The motherfucker was in Ukraine trying to fight for Ukraine, trying to recruit people for their army. What the fuck? That dude was an agent, man. That's not no regular motherfucker.
They are.
Right. The government hired that motherfucker because how you taking a picture with a Biden official? You taking a picture?
Right.
Who is this guy? How do you get close to a Biden official, bro? Who are you? You buddy with government officials, huh? And you're recruiting people for Ukraine? At this point, Haitian or whatever, Americans sick and tired of. Yeah, you right though, dude. But my thing is, fuck it. Y'all rolled out the red carpet for these motherfuckers. Fuck it. Rolled out the red carpet for these dark skinned motherfuckers too. Fuck it. But they too dark. I get it. You know what I'm saying? And they actually come from the hemisphere is close to here versus where these other motherfuckers are coming from. Now, I'm talking about China and all that other shit. You know what I'm saying? That shit's far as hell from over here. So he gonna break this shit down, man. What do you think about that Trump shit, Shaq, that shooting, man? It's just too convenient. How did he know he was gonna be there?
Man, all that shit, man. We already know that stuff. All that stuff be staged, man. All these little incidents be staged, dog.
Shaq, right. Like, you know what, man? I can't this conclusion. This shit bullshit. You can't. You have to question everything. Everything. You have to.
Man, hold on. Since when they started letting people bring firearms on the golf course, bro?
Ooh, exactly.
Maybe I don't know. I'm not. I'm just saying.
And they talking about, oh, there was no gate. It was, but it looked like it was a gate right there. Talking about, oh, the whole perimeter wasn't secure. There was no wall. There was no gate. See, Trump, it's crazy how Trump talk about building a wall around the motherfucking country, but you don't even have a wall around your whole fucking golf course. And the thing is with that shit, it's like, they took the motherfucker into custody. They shot at him. How do you miss? Oh, the Secret Service agent fired his weapon at him. So that nigga was able to see him, that motherfucker. So did he have a scope? Did he have a sniper rifle? How did he see him so far? And then they said that the dude, the shooter, supposed shooter, he didn't have Trump in his sights. Then why he didn't have Trump in the sights, but the fucking Secret Service motherfucker had him in his sights? That don't make sense.
Damn.
And then they talking about, look, now this is the kicker. They talking about he had an AK-47. Now, what kind of gun did they say that last assassin had? AK-47. So what a coincidence is these two different assassins, they both worked for BlackRock, and they both happen to have the same kind of gun. The same kind of gun, by the way, that you do not use for a sniper weapon. Use a sniper rifle for a sniper weapon with the scope on it.
Well, who knows AK-47 though?
That's what they said. You know what I'm saying? How do we even know what the fuck, dude? Like, and it was a picture of some shit. How do we even know that was his shit, dude? Like, see, that's why.
I
man,
said, who was known for the AK-47?
What'd you say?
Who was known for the AK-47?
The Soviet. Ooh, the Soviet motherfuckers. Oh boy. Ooh, now Shaq. The old boy was trying to have the Ukrainians fight the Soviets. Interesting. I didn't even look at it like that. You see how this shit is unraveling? You just think a little bit and put a couple of things together. You can't have a puzzle with just a bunch of pieces laying around. You know what I'm saying? He gonna break this shit down, Shaq.
Fascinated.
Yeah, don't let it break.
This nigga already broke fucking 3 things down already. What'd you say, Shaq? You just broke down a couple of things already. Dude, that's the Soviet.
I said, let
What'd you say?
them cook. I'm gonna sit back for a little bit.
And the one guy who got away was the Jesuit John Surratt, whose mother was executed in his place. And they don't teach us about that in our 13 years of slave school, where we pledged to 13 strikes. And in all the years that we spent in school, we don't get to hear Lincoln's remarks on who was to blame for the Civil War. He blamed none other than the Jesuits, the same people that Thomas Jefferson and John Adams warned about. And funny enough, they both died together on the same day, on the most ironic of days, July 4th. Because it's been all numbers, it's been all rituals for all these centuries. And all the people chanting freedom, the only real part of that word that resonates with most of the people in this country is the dumb. And that's why they're still voting in rigged selections and worshiping a proud pussy grabber who still paints himself orange as he approaches age 80. I mean, how vain is this man? Donald Trump, who wants to fuck his daughter. You don't think this is a sick man? You don't think this is a man who'd go out and participate in political theater? What do you mean? He just updated his website with "I will never surrender. I'm already buying the t-shirt. Mega 2024." You're mega retarded. Okay? Please snap out of it. Don't turn the channel. Stay here. You need to recognize what's wrong with you so you can fix it. Okay? Before you can fix the problem, you have to recognize there is a problem. Look at what a joke this is, you guys. Look at what a joke it is again. I mean, I'm just going to take you through the whole thing again. Oh my God, where to begin? Let's start right here, you guys. Let's start with the fact that it's the day leaving 107 days left in the year, and we've educated about this about a gazillion times. Shootings in the news and the number 107. And you know what? Maybe since money talks, let's take a brief detour, because I get sick of it. Look at this and be like, this is a bunch of bullshit. Dude, we for 11 years have been calling things before they happen. We've been helping people pad their pockets. Here, I'd help this guy turn $1 into $136 today. Help this guy turn 20 into $2,274.83 today. Here's some people. $10 into $800, $1 into $700. And no, this isn't bullshit. This is taking advantage of the rigged NFL, which is rigged by the same Jesuit Masonic cabal. That's why they play for the Lombardi Trophy, named after a Jesuit, Vince Lombardi. When Donald Trump just called himself Vince Lombardi 60 days before the 60th election, and that was buzzing at the news as the same day as the Sao Paulo game, which was a rematch of the 1960 championship, which had the exact same outcome, Eagles over Packers. But anyway, we go on and on all day, okay? Today we had the Seahawks-Patriots game go to overtime, because overtime also equals 107 like Seattle, and we had the final score to sum to 43 points because Seattle Seahawks is 43, and the game was 43 days after Brady's birthday. Just like how the Seahawks won their only Super Bowl at 43 points. So understand what I'm talking about. It goes beyond just rigged news. It's rigged sports. It's rigged news. I'm going to tell you how this is all connected together. I'm going to tell you why the Saints beat Dallas today 44-19. Another thing we saw coming. 63 points, a massacre in Dallas where JFK got shot in 63. You know who's going to play the Saints on 10-7 in a couple weeks? The Chiefs. Oh, yeah. The Chiefs are going to play the Saints on 10/7.
Come on, dude.
The anniversary of the start of the war. The anniversary, again, for brain dead people, for all the freedom types, I might have already gone too far. So let's just come back into focus here with how this works. Again, A, B, C, 1, 2, 3. There's a reason we learned in alphabetic order. It's because every letter is a number, just like it is in Hebrew, just like it is in Aramaic, just like it is in ancient Greek, all the biblical languages. This is an old world concept, coding numbers into words. Most simple cipher is the alphabetic order. That's where S ends up being the 19th letter using alphabetic order. H is the 8th, O is the 15th, O is the 15th, T is the 20th, et cetera, et cetera. The cipher above it is the alphabetic order with numerology applied to each letter. So I is the 9th letter, so I is 9. W is obviously not the 5th letter. It's the 23rd letter. What's the numerology of 23? 2 plus 3 is 5. I is 9. L, the 12th letter, is 1 plus 2 is 3. I will never surrender. This is Trump's new motto. 107 on the day leaving 107 days left in the year. And we're just getting started. Now, it's a leap year. September 15th is typically the 258th day of the year. Okay, so when we think about the anniversary of Trump's life being spared, somebody must have yelled out 4 just in time. Anyway, just notice how typically the 258th day of the year, today is 93 days after Trump's birthday, and we'll get to how it's also 93 days before the Pope's birthday because we're on a calendar named after the Pope, and it's the first Jesuit Pope, and the Jesuits gave us the calendar and the language as we know it in the 16th century. But notice, 93 days after Trump's birthday, typically the 258th day of the year, golf course shooting, 93-258, just like Order of Illuminati, which was founded by the Jesuit Adam Weishaupt. And we've talked about this number pattern many a times. Many a times these numbers have come together. We'll talk more about it. But notice, from Trump's birthday to today, 93 days later, from today to the Pope's upcoming birthday, 93 days later, the Pope's born in the time of Saturnalia. Saturn has the 93 connection, but it's a Sunday, right? And Pope Francis is the first Jesuit Pope. The Catholic Church, the Jesuits, they worship the sun. They say the sun is 93 million miles away on average.
Right.
Okay. 93 million miles away on average. For the record, those 3 nails in the sun, that represents triclavianism, how the Romans crucified people, including Jesus. Triclavianism equates to 93. They say Jesus' crucifixion date. Not when I say they, science. Science says Jesus' crucifixion date is April 3rd. It's funny because Jesus Christ equals 43. Flip it the other way. Jesus equals 34 like cross. But April 3rd is the 93rd day of the year. Crucify, God's son, Nazareth. They all equal 93. The 930th chapter of the Bible is where the Christian section begins in Protestant Bibles. In Sumerian gematria, Christianity equals 930. It's just multiplying the alphabetic order times 6. A is 6, B is 12, C is 18, D is 24, E is 30, so on. 93 is a very, very special number. Aleister Crowley, who wrote books about this practice coding numbers into words, had a religion that worshiped the number 93. Okay? Trump's in the club. The George Carlin joke, there's a big club, you're not in it. Well, Trump is. Okay? All the stooges that go on the world stage and sit in the White House are in the club, in the Masonic City where the Jesuits set up camp when they came to America. So, today's date numerology. Multiple paths in date numerology, they'll all break down to 5, but one of the paths is 9 plus 15 plus 20 plus 24, which equals 68. Another path is the life lesson number, 9 plus 15 plus 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 4, which equals 32. Another path is 9 plus 1 plus 5 plus 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 4, which is 32. 68, or I just said 32. 68, 32, that last path is 23, not 32, but all of those numbers break down to 5, okay? But let's just start with the 68 and the 32 piece. The Jesuit logo has 32 sun rays. Remember, the Jesuits wrote the rites of the Scottish Rite of Freemasonry, and we'll get to that because Scottish Rite equals 159, like Donald Trump in today's 15/9. But again, the Jesuits wrote the rites of the Scottish Rite. The 32nd degree of the Scottish Rite has the motto, Ad Merum Dei Gloriam, which is also a Jesuit motto, Ad Merum Dei Gloriam, for the greater glory of God. The word Scottish equals 32, like America, but also like Helios. And this nation was established July 4th, 1776, per the His storybooks, a date with 32 numerology. The other year when the Dodgers broke the 32-year drought, they did it versus the Rays. Again, the same people script your sports that script your news. But Helios is another name for the sun, right? So on this 68 date numerology that falls on a Sunday when the sun's supposedly 93 million miles away, we also have this connection to the word Helios, but also golf. And Trump's the big golfer. And Donald John Trump equals 68, like mathematics, like Catholicism, like solar system, like how in 1968 you had the assassination of MLK and RFK. And remember, Trump's big buddies now with RFK, who got in the race officially on 4/5, April 5th, 2023, like Trump number 45, who had the assassination scare on July 13th, 45 days after JFK's birthday anniversary. And we're going to talk about the base ciphers because golf course does also equal 149, like JFK's birthday is the 149th day of the year, and 149 is the 35th prime, and JFK number 35 was killed on I-35, and today just happens to be 30.
Are you breaking it down? Let me fast forward. Let me a little bit though. You breaking it down. All right, let's go right here.
Died at 47, and then when Kamala spoke at the DNC, she spoke on the anniversary of Huey P. Newton dying at 47. And again, when her mama died, she died on the Vatican's birthday, right after Obama took office. February 11th, 2009 is when Kamala's mom died. Not even a month into Obama's term. 2/11 is the 47th prime, like Bill Clinton took office 211 days before his 47th birthday. Again, Radiohead put out the song Lotus Flower on the 47th day of the year, 119 days after Tom York's birthday, when the upcoming president takes office with the 119th Congress. Again, Radiohead, huge band. Radiohead even equals 47. The world of entertainment is full of predictive programming. Kamala Harris means lotus flower. When Trump went to the Vatican, he gave the Pope a lotus flower on May 24th, 2017. Okay? Kamala means lotus flower, which, by the way, also equals 49, like Kamala Harris, who's the 49th VP. Like America and Washington equal 49. Right. Like Scottish equals 49.
Right.
And here we are on Scottish Rite of Freemasonry Day, 15/9. Donald Trump equals 159. Scottish Rite equals 159. Look at this story right here. Fox News tonight. Gunman's Ark. Oh, I wonder where they pulled that headline out of their gematria ass. Gunman's Ark, 159. You know what I mean? And again, today, 15/9, Scottish Rite has the gematria and the four base ciphers of 165 and 57, like gunpowder plot. Again, when the Jesuits in the Catholic Church tried to blow up King James, who died at 58, with gunpowder, shooting gunpowder. Again, Trump turned 78 years old this year. It's part of a tarot card joke, too, because there's 78 cards in the deck, and the top cards are tarot cards. There's 22 major arcana and 56 other cards. The election this year is on the day leaving 56 days left in the year. Trump and Kamala just debated 56 days before the election. And if you read the story, they said that the assassination scare for Trump today was when he was between holes 5 and 6. Oh, where have I seen that combination of numbers before? Kamala took office at age 56. Obama took the White House after winning the 56th election for the first time with Biden. All these parallels between Kamala and Obama and Trump. And never forget that Obama told the joke at the White House Correspondents' Dinner on the 45th birthday of the Church of Satan with Trump in attendance that Trump would become number 45 days before Trump's birthday. And Trump runs on MAGA, M-A-G-A, which is the highest degree of the Church of Satan. The first tenet of Satanism is to worship yourself. I haven't studied it enough, but the second tenet might be grab a woman by the pussy. I don't know, maybe the third tenet's fuck your daughter. All the things that Trump's into. And again, if you're an adult and you support this clown of a man, literally a clown, he paints himself. What is wrong with you? Like literally, what is wrong with you? Oh, I can't stand the Democrats. Okay, that's still not a reason to support an orange clown who's a pussy grabber who wants to fuck his daughter. Stop voting in rigged selections that are all bullshit and ritual. How about that? How about stop voting in something that's a lie? Because what happens when you vote in something that's predetermined, which all of these elections are? Go back and look. Suddenly Susan in the 90s. Go look at the episode that came out on 5/8. Donald Trump was the president of the United States. And then years later, he's announcing from the 58-story Trump Tower. And I forgot to mention, I think, I've said it a million times before, but I think I forgot to.
Why would they predict that in that show way back then? Man, Shaq, what do you think about this?
Say tonight, what is the first degree of Freemasonry? Oh, that's right. It's The Apprentice. And I mean, you guys, go back and listen to what I said in 2015 about how when they put this clown in there, he's going to be doing "you're fired" jokes. You're fired. You're fired. I predicted this a year before he was in office. And what is Trump saying? Like for the last couple months, he just keeps saying it. He keeps going, Biden's not a good president. He hasn't fired anybody. Well, since when is that the mark of a good president? How many people you fire? You guys can't see they're treating you like you are fucking retarded? Biden hasn't fired anybody. I fired all kinds of people. Oh, let me vote for you. Oh, God. I mean, it's just, I mean, God. I understand why George Orwell had so much contempt from society because the world hasn't changed. You just go to see, the world is an amazing place and, but humanity is just a disappointment. God, it's a disappointment. It's like I've said a million times, I wish they'd start making stupid pills. I've never taken any pharmaceutical drugs, but if Pfizer would produce a stupid pill, I'd get on it. I'd be on a daily regimen. I could drop my IQ every day. Maybe I can get dumb enough as the average fucking American. How many of these can I fucking swallow? Oh, now I'm ready.
Yo.
Woo! USA! You know what I mean? God, this nation's fucking retarded, man. I'm sick of it, man. I've known it since I was 18 and 9/11 happened. I thought, what a bunch of fucking suckers. Look at this president we got. He can't even formulate a fucking sentence, George W. Bush. Are you kidding me? You don't think that was a demolition? You think a man in a fucking cave did it? 8 years later. Oh, look at the president is 8 years later. His name is a combination of Saddam Hussein and Osama bin Laden. Wow. Oh.
Yo, dude, come on, man. And he got some good points, man. That's some real shit. Obama Hussein, yep. Obama, yep. Damn. Barack Hussein Obama, dude. Damn, that's both their names.
Oh, the first black, I grew up in a black neighborhood. There weren't any Barack Hussein Obamas around. There were a lot of Smiths and Johnsons and, Wrights and Whites and all kinds of names like that. But no, there weren't any Barack Hussein Obamas.
Yo, that's a good point, dude. Dude, what the fuck, man? That's a good point. He's not American, dude. You know what I'm saying?
Hawaii.
Oh no, you just happen to be from Hawaii, just like this guy, the white dude, the white shooter.
Oh man, just fucking stupid, Bill. Yeah, man, they almost got Trump on his golf course. He's fighting Catwoman, right? And he's got 9 lives. He was only golfing 9 holes today, using up one of his 9 lives. He was on the back 9, or was it the front 9? With all this Scottish Rite shit, today's 127 days before Inauguration Day. Just for the record, Scottish Rite of Freemasonry, 127, like Bavarian Illuminati. And don't forget, at first it was called Bavarian Illuminati, founded by the Jesuit Adam Weishaupt, and then he changed the name to Order of Illuminati. And then George Washington, it's in the National Archive, you can look it up, he wrote a letter about his concerns about the Illuminati infiltrating Freemasonry, which he was a member of. And God, if my sister's out there watching, Jen, fucking seriously, get out of the hypnosis. She's literally just regurgitating everything on TV. She's like, everybody loves Kamala. Who the fuck loves Kamala other than the brain dead masses under the trance of the TV? Everybody loves Kamala. Since when? Willie Brown? Willie Brown loved a nice 20-something Kamala sucking his
That
dick.
shit make me laugh, bro.
You know what the Bavarians is, don't you?
What'd you say?
You know who the Bavarians is, don't you?
Bavarians. That's what that's like.
Bavarians.
You said Bavarians?
Yeah, Bavarians. Yeah, did he just say? You hear what he just said?
That's some Jesuit motherfuckers, huh?
Yeah, that's the Bushes and shit. Guess who is a Bavarian? Jimmy Fallon is a Bavarian. Those are Germans.
Or Germans.
But it's that's what it says. It's in German, Bavarian. But see, that's them trying to be version of their pure race. See, people try to put it like it ain't racist around the world, and it is. They think this, you know what I mean?
Right. Like it's just here.
You got racist hate motherfuckers all around the world. And they don't get it twisted thinking all white people the same. That's bullshit. They only play that game when they come to the United States and America.
Oh yeah. So white women love black men, and the white men out there love black women. There's not all types of what's the name like out here. Like, there's racism out there. Don't get me wrong, and there's bullshit and discrimination, but it's not like out here. Out here, that's another. You're right though. There's all these terms and statuses and black and white.
Yeah, see, that's what they do. They put these social terms and statuses, social terms out there, so they hide who they really are behind the scenes. Like, you got to call these people all by actual lineage, bloodline, and lineage. Scottish, Bavarians, Stuarts, Huguenots. You know what I mean? You got to call these people out by who they really are, so they didn't hid themselves behind all these titles and social identities and shit.
What do you think he was? What do you think when he was saying about shit he was saying about Trump? What do you think about that?
I've been told y'all that a lot of stuff that they go against is this old Europe, what's the name? Baggage that they brought here.
What do you think about
Biden, Trump? That's like the Hatfields and the McCoys, bro. Like that's old rival blood. You know what I mean? Old rival blood.
What do you think about him saying that Trump is down with the establishment?
Well, he got to be down with the establishment. How do you become a billionaire?
How did he get in the White House?
How do you get access to be a real estate mogul, a real estate, you know what I mean? What's the name? Pretty much tycoon. You got to be connected. No independent person will be able to do that.
Right.
You got to be connected. You got to make them relationships and business relationships. You got to make those, you know what I mean?
That's a fact. I'm just gonna play a couple more minutes of this.
Billionaires just off their own smarts and their own.
Hell no. Hell no. Hell no.
Yeah, Kamala started sucking Willie's dick when she was in her 20s and he was 60. And now that she's about to turn 60 for the 60th election, she gets to be the leader of the land. Or is it going to be Trump, who shoved his ex-wife down the stairs 45 years after their marriage, exactly 60 weeks into the first ever Jesuitic nation year, the same day that he announced he'd run in this election, the 60th election? And for the record, Donald Trump equals 60. Everybody loves Kamala. I just get sick of it. It's just your own family. It's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You didn't used to be under this trance. How did this even happen? My sister just started watching Oprah Winfrey and Martha Stewart in her 20s, and her whole fucking mind just went to shit. And my mom's like over there, that's right. I don't know what happened to your sister, but I sure love me some RFK Jr. I think he's still going to win. Remember, you guys, Robert Kennedy equals 195. His pops got smoked in 68, and the Trump hoax on July 13th was the 195th day of the year. Okay, that's how. And again, I go back and watch my video from April 5th, 2023, the day he put in his paperwork. I showed how it paid tribute to the assassinations of his uncle and his father and Lincoln, and how it showed that assassination stories were coming for number 45. Here, go back and prove me wrong. I go back and watch my video, and you can't prove me wrong. Jesuit order equals 144. This election on November 5th is 144 days after Trump's birthday. RFK, who died in 68, died at 1:44 a.m. per his storybook. From Kennedy visiting with the Pope to his assassination was a span of 144 days, not to mention his infant child died right before he did on August 9th of 63, the day leaving 144 days left in the year. Just like how Lincoln was shot on 14/4. And that's the same day the Secret Service was created. And for the record, the United States of America equals 144. It also equals 99, like it was named on 99. But remember, the Jesuits came out of suppression in the time of James Madison 144 days after his birthday. And here, just for more familiar patterns, the leader of the Jesuits, it's exactly 44 weeks after his birthday, right? Exactly 44 weeks, shooting. It's the day leaving 107 days left in the year. It's 44 weeks after the leader of the Jesuits' birthday. I mean, how many more times do we got to see it? How many more times do we got to talk about it? Just shooting, same numbers over and over. Between holes 5 and 6, they report. Society of Jesus 56, like Pope, like again, I was perfectly synced with the Pope. In case you forgot, because you've gone over so many damn numbers. And see, this is the problem too. People don't have enough brain processing power to keep up with what I'm saying, even though it's all elementary. It's all elementary, my dear Watson. This shit's not that hard. It's addition and counting days. And if your mind gets exhausted after you hear 5 different numbers, then change your fucking diet, get some actual sleep, stop staying up and watching late night bullshit TV, getting your mind programmed by loser comedians who aren't even funny. Take care of yourself, get your mind right, and then maybe you won't fall for stooges like the proud pussy grabber who wants to fuck his daughter. But again, it's 93 days after Trump's birthday and 93 days before the big boss's birthday, who's the Pope, who this whole game is made around. Okay? And I still remember when Trump was with his family and the Pope looking like they were dressed for a funeral, and they were already foreshadowing all this, the Trump tombstone in Central Park, comparing him to George Wallace, who was shot, yada, yada, yada. Hey, go back to 2016. Go back to and look at the news headline from November 5th, 2016. Trump supposedly avoided an assassination attempt that day in Nevada. Go back and look. That's the day of the election this year. Guy Fawkes Day.
That ain't no coincidence.
Powder plot. Again, these scripts are a long time running. You know, it's just like how many years has Crime Scene whatever been running? The West Wing, some soap opera, General Hospital. They got like 50 fucking seasons of some of these shows. That's the same thing your nation is, except for it's season 248.
This is a soap opera.
And don't forget, when Hillary conceded to Trump, he was at 248 electoral votes at the time in 2016, like how old the country is right now. 248 years old, the country and the Illuminati are. President Donald Trump, 248. You know, remember the mug shot last year down in Georgia where MLK's from on 24/8? They said he was in the jail in Atlanta for 15 minutes in the 15 city. People don't even see it, man. We've been talking about this shit for over a decade. And because all of these people who have a big audience who do nothing but slander my name and make fun of my work, had all of us worked together like I asked people to do a decade ago, we probably could have changed the world by now. But the problem is everyone wants to sell T-shirts, get ad revenue, get a podcast deal, be the next Joe Rogan, the next sellout for them fiat dollars. And then meanwhile, I think I'm the only person that has again, if you guys don't know, as small as my audience is because of how many times I've been deleted and how censored and buried I am in the algorithm, I have the longest write-up on Rationale Wiki, which is a website that targets people like myself. Look at the write-up on me on Rationale Wiki. It's longer than anybody on there. It's longer than the write-up on David Icke, Alex Jones, any of these major names. I have a longer write-up. And you know why that is? Because my work's way better than everyone else's. That might sound arrogant, but it's true. My work actually shows you what the fuck's going on. All these other people are half-truthing at best. We fucking figured it out. And how many times I told you about the Jesuits in 95? MLK smoked on the 95th day of the year in 68. Look, they said, police swarm to the scene on northbound I-95. Remember, we're coming up on September 27th, the day leaving 95 days left in the year, the day in history the Jesuits were recognized by Rome with the original mission of countering the 95 Theses. And like I said, we got to look out for September 18th because they always do something big on that day. September 18th will be a span of 68 days from the first Trump hoax on July 13th. Trump updates fundraising site with new statement, I will never surrender. I mean, do you know how big of a piece of shit you have to be to just willfully dupe America? I mean, for all you guys who spend all your fucking time trolling me and harassing my wife and harassing my mom, that's the problem with how good my work is. They have to figure out where my wife is and my mom is and harass them too. The people around me have harassers. Thank God my dad doesn't have any online social presence ever. Otherwise, he'd have people harassing him as well. But again, the reason we have the harassers is because this endless budget from Big Brother and all the little weirdo psychopaths that they do employ to unleash these tactics that I've had to deal with for over a decade. I mean, if all of you guys had an ounce of decency, you'd fucking stop and put your energy into exposing this evil shit that's fucking us all over. You don't have to pay taxes to Zachary K. Hubbard. Zachary K. Hubbard doesn't demand that you pay a whole shit ton of taxes to me. I'd be a tyrant if I did, but that's what your government does. Donald Trump's part of that government. You know? So I give the scumbags a few little fiat dollars and they'll go just do all the sad shit that people do in this world for money. And nobody can ever come back at me and say anything. Until you dedicate 5 years of your life to grinding 7 days a week, 24/7, 365, putting in long hours like I did for 5 years and not raising a single penny, never selling nothing, never putting any ad revenue on nothing, just showing that you were here to expose something as I did for over 5 years. Until you do that, shut the fuck up. You know, in that 5 years, I had my house robbed. I had a car crash through 2 walls of my house on Christmas Eve. I got put in jail for some bullshit. Had to deal with nonstop psychopaths and never came back and asked anybody for help. And you know what? I've helped a lot of people since I have monetized. And I have people reaching out to me every day asking me for help and financial support. And it gets grueling because I want to help people, but I'm not Bill Gates. You know, I'm not made of money. Why don't you ask Donald Trump for some help? He'll say, fuck you. You know? But yeah, for all the people who do ask me for help, I do help out some people, but some people I have to say no to. Again, you guys, I'll remind you, I got put in a really bad fucking spot November 15th, 2014, when my house got ransacked and everything of value was stolen out of it. And I'd taken all of my money out of the bank because I was running a cash business where you're not allowed to put your money back in the business because of the business you're running. And I ended up losing nothing. I ended up losing everything and having nothing. And I had to figure out how to get out of that situation by busting my ass. So, again, you know, the revenue I have coming in these days, it's going towards the mission of eventually establishing this into a way bigger news network. And it could happen overnight if people would actually support. You know, if people would support me like the way they support Owen Benjamin, which is just supporting a con man piece of shit who's already rich, who's already been in Hollywood movies. If you support me the way Owen Benjamin got support, we'd be rolling. We'd have the gematria effect news bus going laps around the nation all the time. Richard Quinn would be driving the bus, full-time employee. Everybody who needs a handout right now could be on the bus getting paid. But instead, you guys choose to invest in frauds because you're too dumb to see who the truth is and who isn't. That's the problem with all the freedom and all the dumbasses in this country. You can't discern shit. Oh, I think flat Earth's a more important topic. That's because you're fucking retarded, moron. That's why you think it's a more important topic. Arguing about the shape of the Earth doesn't stop what's going on Earth. Not to mention it was a psyop promoted by Jesuit-run Google. Morons. Oh, see, that's why I can't support you, Zach, because the flat Earth is the most important topic. Okay, sub-triple-digit IQ. Thanks for weighing in. Oh my God, you guys. It's just, I mean, look at this shit. How many times have I given the same lesson in the week? The guy had to put on blast the other week who was educating his audience about how bad the Jesuits are and then telling them to vote for Donald Trump. Telling them to send in $1,000 right now. Some of you haven't sent in even 100 in the last 3 weeks. What's his name? Larry Douchebag. That con man. I mean, he's telling them how bad the Jesuits are and then doesn't tell them that Donald Trump's one of the Jesuits himself. He was saying all the Jesuits are in the Democratic Party. Don't forget, Donald Trump was a career Democrat. Switched over in the time of Obama. Who told the joke on the Church of Satan's birthday about Trump becoming number 45. Again, on the Church of Satan's 45th birthday. Highest degree mega. And again, RFK Jr., out of these stooge candidates, his rhetoric's a million times better than everybody else's, but you can see he's no good too. Him, Biden, and Trump all have dead ex-wives who all died in Jesuit rituals. And you saw recently when RFK Jr. was asked about the woman who accused him of rape, he didn't deny it. He just said, well, when I was younger, I lived a rambunctious life. I was no saint. God, the power, I mean, the privilege of being a Kennedy, the privilege of being born into political power. You can just rape women, just like Trump. Trump has all sorts of family members that have been in the federal government. I mean, when you boast about how you can just grab women by the pussy, I mean, people are in prison for that. Oh, yeah, you know, I just grab them by the pussy. I pull out my wallet and say, here, which piece of furniture you want to buy? I'll fuck you on any brand new couch of your choice. You can have the Donald. The hands are misleading. Don't look at the hands. They're misleading. Trust me. I'll give you the pleasure on any sofa of your choice. Beanbag chair, you tell me. Yeah, I'm just so sick of it, you guys. I'm so sick of all of it. Is our stream still up? What's up, 917?
Exactly. I think someone said in the chat that the shooter's birthday is February 18, like 218, Holy Roman Empire.
And that's the same day Martin Luther died in history.
Just want to chime in real quick.
Trump equals 218. The Trump presidential alert went out at 218. Yeah, Holy Roman Empire 218.
My bad, y'all. Check out Zach Hubbard. He be breaking it down. He be spitting. All right. Shaq, what you think? Let me see. Check this out.
Of South Asian descent. So I hope you celebrate today, and then tomorrow, I hope you join me in getting to work.
I'll just let Kamala tell you, straight from her own mouth.
And to Indian Americans all across the United States, I want to wish you a happy Indian Independence Day. On August 15th, 1947, men and women all over India rejoiced in the declaration of the independence of the country of India. Today, on August 15th, 2020, I stand before you as the first candidate for Vice President of the United States of South Asian descent. So I hope you celebrate today, and then tomorrow, I hope you join me in getting to work. Thank you.
I'll just let Kamala tell you, straight from her own mouth.
And to Indian Americans.
Damn. I mean, I don't know. She be saying she be black. Y'all be jumping, you know what I mean? Y'all go Google Gaga over this lady, man. Y'all go Google Gaga over her, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Nobody on this channel do. So the shooter was down with BlackRock. Let's hear this real quick. Shout out to this dude's channel right here, LFR family. Shout out to this guy.
Are you looking for more in this world? Are you ready to be part?
Heard a lot. You said
I used the N-word.
Yeah, you did.
Wait a second. Hold on.
I remember it.
So this is the guy who, again, said that, let me read this to you once again. If you are a Trump supporter, he want you to know that he hate you. And he demands that if you are listening to his show, that you stop listening to his show. He also says, I hate the people who vote for Trump. I think they are stupid.
Racist ass Howard Stern. This dude said that he said N. You know how many times he done said the N-word on his channel? And he hides behind being a Jew, right? He hides behind being that. So I could talk to or talk crazy about black people all I want as long as I'm a Jew. It's all good. I don't like this dude. I never can stand Howard Stern.
I have no respect for them. He then compared Trump to Hitler. The reason why I bring this up, a lot of this, the reason when this way of being brainwashed and feeling that you're better than somebody who was once loved by not only Howard Stern, but everybody on that side, everybody. But the more Trump decides to stick to the word of God, we see what happens.
Honors economics in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
All right, so look,
financial well-being to me is knowing that I can be free.
The fact that Trump has this right here, man. This is absolutely insane. When I ran across this is crazy. And hopefully they can get this brother, somebody from this company to answer to this, bro. Because I don't believe in too many coincidences. And this right here is looking like a huge one. The fact that Trump has an assassination attempt twice, and both of them are in BlackRock ads.
Purpose of the action is to appeal to world leaders.
There go.
Hey, there you go. That's him. That's the cat. That's supposedly the assassination. Now he's a crisis actor. My bad.
And Wesley Routh right there, the second assassin.
Okay.
Well, assailant. Let's call him assailant. Alleged assailant. All right, inside of this BlackRock ad.
Wow.
Apparently, they're saying that he was just protesting in Ukraine. They're saying that he was just protesting in Ukraine when they caught him on this. And this is not him as a paid actor or anything like that. But we will find that out. I just find it kind of weird that in both of these BlackRock ads, we have an assailant, an attempted assassin of Trump in their ads. All right. This is the first one. All right, so that was Wesley Routh. I think that's how you pronounce his name. And here is
my name is Brian.
The first one, Thomas Crooks. Thomas, I don't know his middle name, but I forgot how you say it. But check this out.
My name is Brian DeLallo. I teach AP and honors economics in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Financial well-being to me is knowing that I can be free to do the things that I love to do. I hope when I retire someday, they say that guy made this place a special place to come to school.
There you go.
Damn.
There you go.
Interesting. Wow. You got both.
That's the one that
you got both.
Yeah.
So-called stage assassination attempt people in two different BlackRock commercials. Wow. Damn, that's a coincidence. A coinky dink. Interesting. And they talking about since 2019, the FBI he's been on the FBI's radar. Wow.
Who's no longer here.
Supposedly.
Because of bad decision making.
Man, when it comes out of stuff like that, you gotta say allegedly.
Who's no longer here because and he has taken a couple lives with him.
Supposedly. Allegedly.
All right, from being brainwashed. This is what happens. This is what happens. So both of these people are inside of BlackRock ads. What does this mean?
It means a lot.
We have a top Kamala surrogate by the name of Stacey Plaskett. She was talking on MSNBC, and she said something that was on her lips and on her mind that she slipped up and said, I want to play this for you. And the reason why I'm playing this is because it has a lot to do with why people feel like it's okay to take arms against Donald J. Trump. This is just the way that they're communicating over there. So check this out right here, man. This was, again, a slip up, but for it to be this type of slip up, and here it is right here, top Kamala surrogate, Stacey Plaskett of Virgin Islands. Watch what she says. I don't know if y'all heard this yet, but check this out.
Having Trump not only have had the codes, but now having the classified information for Americans and being able to put that out and share it in his resort with anyone and everyone who comes through should be terrifying to all Americans, and he needs to be shocked.
Shocked or shocked? Interesting.
Play this one more time. Should be terrifying to all Americans, and he needs to be shot.
Having Trump not only have had the codes, but now having the classified information for Americans and being able to put that out and share it in his resort with anyone and everyone who comes through should be terrifying to all Americans, and he needs to be shot.
Wow. That's interesting how you could just say that about people like that. Damn. Calling him Hitler, like figuring all this shit out.
She said she meant to say stopped. That's what she said. I meant to say stopped is what I meant to say.
How the hell is that? How do you get
That's what, you know what I mean? Sometimes people slip up. But this is what's on their minds. I mean, okay, to be fair, let me be fair. Let me go ahead and just make this fair across the board. Do y'all know who Rich Lowry was? Rich Lowry was on Megyn Kelly's show talking to her, and he slipped up too. And y'all probably don't want to see this, but I'm going to see it because he hard R'd it. Yeah, I don't know if you know what hard R mean, but he hard R'd it. You check this out right here, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Everybody slip up from time to time.
Finally, he said something to the effect of, look, if we have to create stories in order to bring attention to what's happening, the media, he admits they made it up, right? As opposed to, and if you listen to the full clip, he says, by drawing attention to what's happening on the ground, it's just, as this
like
line goes online, you don't hate the media enough. Go ahead.
You remember Alternative Facts with Kellyanne? They did the same thing. She wasn't saying you make up fictions and pretend they're facts. You bring other facts to bear in the debate that are being ignored. And that's what he was saying. And I think it was in that interview where Dana Bash says, the police have gone through 11 months of recordings of calls, and they've only found 2 Springfield residents calling to complain about Haitian migrants.
Y'all hear that? Y'all hear that? He claimed that he was about to say migrants, but he accidentally said the N-word.
You see, and he laughing like it's funny, right? Like it's funny. Chak, what do you think about that? You heard that? What do you think about all this? Or is this a coincidence that he said that? What do you think? A coinky dink. Hold up.
Huh? You see that?
And they've only found 2 Springfield residents calling to complain about Haitian migrant.
Wow.
Huh? You see that?
Wow.
He racist. Sometimes people can slip up. That's all I'm saying, man. BlackRock have a lot of explaining to do. That's all I'm saying. Listen, we're not conspiracy theorists. We're not that. We're just asking questions, okay? Why is it that BlackRock has ads with both of these guys on my thumbnail, Thomas Crooks and Ryan Wesley Routh, on the thumbnails? And I don't know if y'all noticed this already, but information is coming out saying that that Secret Service did not checked the golf course before Donald J. Trump went to go golf. He did not. They did not go check it at all.
All right. Shout out to LFR family, man. Shout out to his channels. Check them out. Support. That was some good content, though, man. Damn. Good content. You know what I'm saying? All right, so I'm gonna play a couple more videos. I'm gonna get out of here. Let's go to Chicago. Let's go to TD Hip Hop in Chicago. These Chicago residents, man.
Maytag knows people love their pets, but they don't love pet hair.
On everybody, we are here, we're live. I want to thank you all for joining me today. If you can see and hear me clearly, please drop a 1 in the live chat, and then we can get today's stream started. Please drop a 1 in the live chat, and we get today's stream started. As I'm waiting for the ones to come into the live chat, if you haven't already, please make sure you hit the like button, because that's the most important thing you do for me on this channel. What it does is that it helps to make sure that those who are subscribed to the channel will indeed get their notifications, and it also helps to push this video through the YouTube algorithm as well. Secondly, if you're new to the channel, or maybe you've been ghost watching this channel for quite some time now, please do me a favor and yourself a favor by hitting the subscribe button, as well as the bell notification next to the subscribe button, so you can be notified whenever I release a new video. And lastly, please make sure you share this video out on your social media platforms to your family and friends to inform them on this news and information. And yes, that does help to give me a slight boost in the YouTube algorithm as well. And give me just a moment. There's a few pre-live stream things that I forgot to do that I'm doing right now. I just want to make sure that I simulcast this on Rumble and Twitter. My apologies, I didn't participate, and the black population, as Trump would say. I'm targeting the black population right now. When Joe Biden was asked about reparations for the black population, he told you all that he was going to give it to the Hispanic community, and that's kind of how we're seeing things play out. He told you straight up, and I think he got 90% of the black vote. Let's just play that though, in case you think I'm lying. Here goes the video. Many of you have seen this 1,000,001 times on this channel, but let's run it one more time.
And do you support reparations?
Look, I mean, since I haven't spoken on this, got a chance. Number one, the reason we're the country we are is because of immigration. We've been able to cherry pick the best from every single continent. The people who come here have determination, resilience. They are ready to stand up and work like the devil. We have 24 out of every 100 children in our school today is Hispanic. The idea that we are going to walk away and not provide every opportunity for them is that not only stupid and immoral, but it's bad for America. They are the future of America, and we should invest in them. Everybody will benefit from it. Every single American. And you should get used to it. This is a nation of immigrants.
Why would an immigrant be why would immigrants be the future of America? You know what I'm saying? Bringing more people in crowd. Why is the American people not the future of America? You can't make this shit up, man. This is supposed to be a president saying this.
That's who we are. That's why we're who we are. That's what makes us different, and we should invest in it.
Thank you, Mr. Biden. Senator Klobuchar, you had your hand up.
I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. I mean, these guys, they tell you who they are and what they're about. And I don't know, some of us are just so hard-headed, we vote for them anyways, and then we complain about it afterwards and cry about it afterwards. I don't know what to tell you, not the guy that I'm voting for, though.
I love the black population of this country. I've done so much for the black population of this country.
Trump would never. Trump would never. But in all seriousness, though, man, we're watching everything play out exactly how the Democrats said that it would play out, because everything that we're seeing happen is precisely what they said is what they were going to do. They're doing what they said they were going to do. So as we continue to move forward, and with the election on hand, right, it's about what, a month and a half away. The real question is are you gonna, vote blue no matter who? That DNC chip gonna activate, and you're gonna vote for them again anyways, after the fact that they've already told you numerous times what they're going to do moving forward. We've watched the clip of Elizabeth Warren. I've read the article where she was speaking on behalf of Kamala Harris in an interview where she was discussing how they're going to make sure that they fully fund the border, which means like we're going to process illegal immigrants coming into the country faster. And on top of that, she said that she was going to make sure to send money, resources to cities and states that are housing migrants, cities and states like Chicago and New York and Washington, D.C. and Denver and whatnot. And Chicago is definitely in desperate need. They're definitely in desperate need because getting back to Chicago, which is the main city of discussion for today, Chicago has fallen into a deficit of $1 billion behind your new neighbors.
So, but see that they don't care because that comes from the taxpayer. Why would they care? They ain't tripping. It comes from you.
$1 billion in the red behind their new neighbors. I want you to think about that for a moment in the midst of like past reparations talk, right? I want you to think about how reparations is going to bankrupt the nation. Reparations is going to bankrupt your city if they do it locally. Reparations is going to bankrupt your state if they do it in the state, right? Like all this stuff like they can't do for you because it's going to bankrupt you, right? That's what you've been told. But as we can see, and what I've stated over and over again, when it comes to the DNC, they can do what they want when they want, because when it comes to the migrant crisis, when it comes to all type of resources and funding concerning going towards Biden and Harris's migrants, despite what the polls say, despite how unpopular it is, they do what they want to do.
And that's Democrats, man. Democrat cities, baby. They're going to take advantage. You're going to do what they want.
Make it rain, so much so that Chicago is $1 billion in the hole. $1 billion in the hole. But then again, once again, I'm going to keep saying this. They're doing exactly what they told you they were going to do. So we can't really be that surprised now, can we? Pritzker says city leaders have not approached the state about Chicago's budget deficit. Let's just go through this very quickly. As Chicago grapples with a nearly $1 billion budget gap in the coming year, the city shouldn't count on the state to help fill it. J.B. Pritzker said, you better call somebody else. He's not bailing out Brandon Johnson. At least it doesn't look like it yet. And this wouldn't be the first time that J.B. Pritzker played Brandon Johnson for a fool. But we're not going to get into all that right now because I don't want to go off the rails of this live stream. Let's carry on. Pritzker said he's reading things in the newspaper about relief Chicago may want from the Illinois government. But at this point, that's not something his budget team is thinking about. So he said, I'm reading this stuff in the paper just like you guys are reading in the paper. And apparently, allegedly, we're going to bail them out. But that's not what we're thinking about right now. Oh, J.B. Pritzker is going to play Brandon Johnson for a complete fool. Like I said, it wouldn't be the first time. J.B. Pritzker said, we don't plan our next budget.
This is my thing. Well, that lets you know how much, unconstitutional these people are. That just lets you know how much these people don't give a damn. They're really, it's crazy how they're really willing to, put your everything in that your hard work and money and everything, your stuff at stake, to really for, a bunch of people that's not even from here is crazy. That's taxpayers' money and all that has to pay for that. Somebody has to fit the bill. You got to fit the bill for somebody else. I just think that's crazy. That's just like having to pay somebody else's tab at the damn restaurant. You know what I'm saying? That you don't even know. I don't get it. But I get it. This is a foreign government. I get it. They're doing this for them to replace people. There's so many different reasons why they're doing this. Just like Biden said in that video. You see what I'm saying? They're gonna fund them. They're gonna replace. You know what I'm saying? What kind of shit is that? That we should. fund and help them and all this. Really? This is the president saying this? That lets you know this is not a foreign government. I mean, it's a foreign government. This is not a domestic government, man. I'm sorry. They don't give a fuck about nobody. I don't know, man. So I'm gonna hold up real quick. I'm gonna play a little bit more of this and
budget until I introduce it in February. And I don't think there'll be a supplemental that will be discussing, and I don't think there will be any supplemental that'll be discussing what the city would want, though we haven't been asked. The article continues to read, Mayor Brandon Johnson released a forecast in late August estimating the city is facing a $928 million budget gap in 2025. That's on top of the nearly $223 million deficit this year.
But that's on them, though. I mean, oh well, and they're gonna still get more federal funding. See, it's all that lets you know the Fed, in the state government is all a game. They're all in it together. They don't give a damn about you. They don't give a damn about the taxpayers' money, the suckers that they call us. You know, I mean, I don't get how we don't. It's still, you know, we still don't understand it. We still don't get this shit, and we're still not gonna come together and go against these motherfuckers. I don't get it.
Oh man, just all in the red for your new neighbors, man. New neighbors getting it all in Chicago. Y'all not getting nothing. Citizens ain't getting nothing, but your new neighbors are getting everything they want. $1 billion to hold. That's $1 billion plus 982 million plus 223 million. Anyways, the article continues to read. I'll start there again. That's on top of a nearly $223 million deficit this year, which the administration announced Monday it will tackle by implementing a hiring freeze and limiting travel and overtime. So no more of that overtime money, okay? Wow. Even if Trump gets into office and he puts in place no tax on overtime, y'all not getting any of that anyways, you know, because there's no overtime in Chicago because we got to pay for your new neighbors and all this housing that they're getting that you don't have access to, okay? Because apparently
I mean, isn't this motherfucker, vote this motherfucker out or make a petition against this guy. I don't understand why the Chicago residents have not made a petition to get this motherfucker out of office, but it'll be somebody else, another Democrat, to replace him. You know what I'm saying?
There's a housing crisis in the country. There's a housing crisis in Chicago, but Biden's migrants, Harris migrants, they're not finding trouble finding houses. But you are. And we're going to get to that in just a moment. Chicago public schools. This is just ridiculous and sad. Chicago public schools, which like Illinois, has a fiscal year beginning in July, is also projecting deficits for its next fiscal year and will likely have a shortfall this year as well, given the fact that teachers union contracts that's currently in negotiations is expected to add to the deficit's bottom line. Oh, the teachers union, they're not doing nothing. They're not teaching your kids nothing in Chicago. I know those state exam tests and whatnot concerning reading and mathematics. I know that it's a sight to see, unfortunately. And you got this contract that's in negotiation. They're going to want more money for nothing. They're going to want more money for failing to teach your kids into city schools and adding to the deficit. That's crazy work. But in other news, how does it go? What is it in SpongeBob SquarePants, right? You have all this going on, and then they flash to that card that goes, meanwhile, right? All this is happening. Meanwhile,
the Gomez family officially.
Let's rewind it back just a little bit. I got to take it from the top. Meanwhile,
today, the Gomez family officially welcomed friends to their new home in North Austin. Gabriel.
Those motherfuckers don't even know English, bro. Are you freaking kidding? Are you kidding me?
Gomez tells us it's his dream. This is what he wanted for his children. It is the first home for this family of four, and it is the first time they have lived in anything bigger than one bedroom for 8 years. Euvele Rengel says they are very happy, and this is an important step for their family. Originally from Venezuela, they worked and worked in food service as an auto mechanic, delivering food, factory work. When they first arrived in Chicago in 2022 as new arrivals, they landed at Grace and Peace Church. This home is the first of 4 distressed West Side homes the church bought, rehabbed, and sold.
I want you to notice the highlighting of how they worked, and they just got here in 2022, right? They got here in 2020. Do they have any substantial credit history that would even allow you to qualify for a home? Substantial work history, substantial like anything like that would allow you to qualify to even buy a home? Like that's crazy work. But let's highlight how they emphasized on they worked and worked and worked and worked. That's a subliminal. They're just letting you know that, you know, you citizens are just lazy. You just don't want to work. They got here in 2022. Crossed the board in 2022 under Harris's watch and already buying a home in your city where, let me pull this up on the screen right now. We're going to get back to the video in a second. They're buying a home in your city. Meanwhile, you're over here struggling, can't buy nothing. Let me zoom in on this. I know I'm not trying to be mean, right? I'm really not. But look, she over here crying. Look at it. South Side residents losing their homes, push for housing reform. This is our city. No, it's not. It's not your city. Look, she crying and everything. She crying and everything. And I don't say that like I said, to be silly or to make fun. Or I'm just highlighting the reality of what's going on out here. She over here crying, saying that we need housing reform. And she crying. You know what I'm saying? But hold on just a second. I'm getting too ahead of myself. And the slang is coming out. I said, you know what I'm saying? Let me get back into like more of like my proper English voice. Let me fix the screen. Give me just a second. You know, and let me get back into character. Let me get back into character for a moment. As you can see, the woman here on the south side of Chicago is crying. She's crying because, you know, Chicago citizen, been in the city most likely her whole life. You know what I mean? And she can't buy housing, right? They're getting kicked out of their housing. Gentrification is going on. All type of stuff is going on over there. I'll read a little bit of it because there's a lot that's to this article here. I strongly suggest you read this article. If I remember to, which I hopefully I will leave this article pinned in the comment section below. But we'll just start here. I just want to read the first paragraph off. Neighborhoods like Woodlawn, where the Barack Obama Presidential Center is being built, and Barack Obama and your new neighbors are getting you out the paint. That's crazy work. Neighbors like Woodlawn, where the Barack Obama Presidential Center is being built, have seen rapid development recently, and activists on the South Side say reform is needed to protect residents before they lose their home. Biden's migrants didn't need reform. They didn't need none of that. We know that they want South Shore, just like they wanted Woodlawn and Kenwood, said Christina Powell, who was recently evicted from her family home in Woodlawn. People need to wake up before we find ourselves among the unhoused. Powell was among several Southside residents who spoke at a news conference Thursday outside Jackson Park Terrace Apartments. They, along with others, are joining forces to push for housing reform and protection from rapid gentrification. But you know who isn't worried about like rapid gentrification? You know who isn't pushing for housing reform because I guess they don't really need to? Is, you know, this family that we're going to get back into right now. Let's jump into it. They're doing great. They are doing amazing. Just got here 2 years ago. Don't speak no English, no nothing. I don't even know if you got any credit history, but got a new house in Chicago. Meanwhile, you know, the Black residents on the south and west side of Chicago are literally crying because they can't get housing and they're being kicked out of their housing and gentrified out of it. I mean, city and state quickly moves thousands of migrants from shelters into homes across the south and west side. But will they stay? At the time of this article, and I've referenced this article so many times, this article was written, I believe it was back in May. if I remember correctly. And back in May, when this article was originally written, talking about how Brandon Johnson and J.B. Pritzker were moving in thousands of migrants into the south and west side of Chicago, I believe this article reads that it was somewhere around like $54 million that they had spent at the time back in May. You know, that has gone well over $100 million.
Oh, yeah.
That's gone well over $100 million. They didn't need any type of housing reform, any type of voting from the public. They didn't care about polling numbers, no nothing. They didn't care about what the citizen population think. The DNC makes things happen when they want to make it happen, especially in states like California and New York and Illinois. That is a DNC stronghold. It's blue from top to bottom. They make things happen when they want to make it happen. But when it comes to its citizens, once again, its citizens are out here in tears, literally crying, crying, saying we need reform. No, you don't need reform. You just need, you know,
that's true.
Trump in
They will.
2024.
Oh yeah, they will.
Outside from that,
they will still
you just need, you know, the DNC people that claim to love black people so much.
Well, people that watch this video, they're not Democrats. You know what I'm saying? The people that support me, they don't. Nah. But you know, random people still gonna vote with Democrats. Us people that look like us, you know, we don't. A lot of people that look like us, we're not thinking with any kind of substance. Dude. It's just emotions and just, you know, just irrational thinking and shit.
You just need them to actually treat you fairly.
Crazy.
With some equity and equality. They like to talk about equity and equality a lot, don't they? Everything is about equity and equality and equal rights and all that kind of stuff, you know, but we see who's receiving priority in the city of Chicago and the state of Illinois. We see. And once again, they told you that they were going to receive priority. They literally told you that they were going to receive priority. They told you this a million times over. But that's enough of me yapping right now. I want to get back into the actual story. But before I do that, please hit the like button if you haven't already. That is extremely important. Please don't just watch and hear me say that and not hit the like button. Please do that. And I do have to thank my contributors because without them, I just don't exist. Thank you to Coco G for in the form say Kamala is. Yeah, I was close into.
So shout out to TD Hip Hop, man. Check him out. He'll be spitting some fire, man. Actually. He be spitting, he's real good. He be spitting facts, man. Let's see. Let me see, my bad. Let's see. Let me see. Oh, my bad. Fair use 1976 of the Copyright Act, excuse me, allows for reporting this video for commentary purposes.
All good? Okay. Okay, wonderful. Good. Awesome. Madam Vice President,
Pleasure to meet you. Thanks for
Good
your
to
time
meet you,
today.
Brian.
Our audience appreciates your time as
Of
well.
course.
As you know, we're sitting here in a state and arguably in front of an audience that 54 days from now could decide the outcome of this presidential election.
Yeah.
You hear it more than I do. People want to know more about you and about your specific plans. At the debate the other night, you talked about creating an opportunity economy. I wonder if we can drill down on that a little bit. When we talk about bringing down prices and making life more affordable for people, what are one or two specific things you have in mind for that?
Well, I'll start with this. I grew up a middle-class kid. My mother raised my sister and me. She worked very hard. She was able to finally save up enough money to buy our first house when I was a teenager. I grew up in a community of hardworking people, you know, construction workers and nurses and teachers. And I try to explain to some people who may not have had the same experience, you know, but a lot of people will relate to this. You know, I grew up in a neighborhood of folks who were very proud of their lawn, you know? And
What the hell is she talking about?
and I was raised to believe and to know that all people deserve dignity. And that we as Americans have a beautiful character. You know, we have ambitions and aspirations and dreams, but not everyone necessarily has access to the resources that can help them fuel those dreams and ambitions. So when I talk about building an opportunity economy, it is very much with the mind of investing in the ambitions and aspirations and the incredible work ethic of the American people, and creating opportunity for people, for example, to start a small business. My mother, you know, worked long hours, and our neighbor helped raise us. We used to call her, I still call her our second mother. She was a small business owner.
What's going on?
I love our small business owners. I learned who they are from my childhood, and she was a community leader. She hired locally. She mentored. Our small businesses are so much a part of the fabric of our communities, not to mention, really, I think, the backbone of America's economy. So my opportunity economy plan includes giving startups a $50,000 tax deduction to start their small business. It used to be $5,000. Nobody can start a small business with $5,000, but investing in people's innovative ideas and giving them the ability to go for it. Opportunity economy means, look, we don't have enough housing in America. We have a housing supply shortage. And what that means, in particular for so many younger Americans, the American dream is elusive. It's just actually not attainable. So part of my plan is to work with the private sector and housing developers to give them a tax credit, to be able to partner with us as the government to build, and my goal is 3 million new homes by the end of my first term. In addition, to help people who just want to get their foot in the door, literally. And so giving first-time home buyers a $25,000 down payment assistance to be able to just get in the door, and then they will do the work that they need to do to save and to pay that mortgage and to build wealth for themselves and their family. These are some examples of what I mean when I talk about an opportunity economy, and a lot of it has to do with just the community I was raised in and the people that I admired, who work hard, and deserve to have, their dreams fulfilled because they're prepared to work for it.
You talked at the debate and at previous appearances about turning the page on the past. And in fact, here today in Johnstown, you're talking about a new way forward.
Yeah.
I think some people have a question, given maybe your current role as Vice President of the United States, how different you are from Joe Biden. And so I wonder if there are one or two spots, policy areas or approaches where you would say, I'm a different person.
Well, I'm obviously not Joe Biden. And, I offer a new generation of leadership. And so, for example, thinking about developing and creating an opportunity economy where it's about investing in areas that really need a lot of work, and maybe focusing on, again, the aspirations and the dreams, but also just recognizing that at this moment in time, some of the stuff we could take for granted years ago, we can't take for granted anymore. For example, another
plan that I have that is a new approach is to expand the child tax credit to $6,000 for young families for the first year of their child's life, because that is obviously a very critical stage of development of a child. And a lot of young parents need the help to buy a car seat or a crib or clothes for their kids. And so my approach is about new ideas, new policies that are directed at the current moment. And also, to be very honest with you, my focus is very much in what we need to do over the next 10, 20 years to catch up to the 21st century around, again, capacity, but also challenges.
Crime and public safety are two major issues right at the forefront of voters' minds in Philadelphia as well, where crime is a significant issue. When we talk about crime, the conversation turns to gun safety as well. And I think you actually probably caught a lot of people off guard, maybe a bit by surprise in the debate the other night when you mentioned that you are a gun owner. I know you said it in 2019 as well. I want to talk about your values on this issue. When it comes to gun ownership, where do you draw the line in America on gun ownership and gun use?
Well, like you said, Brian, I am a gun owner, and Tim Walz, my running mate, is also a gun owner. We're not taking anybody's guns away. I support the Second Amendment, and I support reasonable gun safety laws. Part of my approach to this is I was a career prosecutor for most of my career. I have personally prosecuted homicide cases. I have personally looked at autopsies. I have personally seen what assault weapons do to the human body. And so I feel very strongly that it is consistent with the Second Amendment and your right to own a gun to also say we need an assault weapons ban. They're literally tools of war. They were literally designed to kill a lot of human beings quickly. I say we need universal background checks. The majority of NRA members support that. Why? Because it's just reasonable. You just might want to know before someone can buy a lethal weapon if they've been found by a court to be a danger to themselves or others. You just might want to know.
Not everyone's life runs in straight lines. At Sophia, we get that. Our flexible, affordable, self-paced.
Two final questions, if I might. Sure. On the appeal of the man you were running against, as you drove here today, you likely saw a lot of Trump signs. Mm-hmm. He has an historic appeal in this country. And as you are someone running against him and trying to understand that, I wonder how you distill it. What do you understand his appeal to be? And how do you speak to his voters, or maybe people who just share his values but are open to something else?
I, based on experience and a lived experience, no. In my heart, I know, in my soul, I know that the vast majority of us as Americans have so much more in common than what separates us. And I also believe that I am accurate in knowing that most Americans want a leader who brings us together as Americans and not someone who professes to be a leader who is trying to have us point our fingers at each other. I think people are exhausted with that approach, to be honest with you. I think people want a leader who has common sense and tries to find common ground. I'm supported by over 200 Republicans who worked for both Presidents Bush, John McCain, and Mitt Romney. I'm supported by the former
She's supported by all of them. That lets you know that this is she bought and paid for. All this is staged. That lets you know that the Democrats and Republicans is all the same. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna get off here, y'all. I'm gonna holla at y'all, man. Good looking out for coming through, man. Junior Coltrane, Chak, thanks for coming on. Shannon, salute, all y'all that supported that came in the chats, man. And I'm gonna holla at y'all, man. Like, comment, subscribe, share this out to y'all social media. And I'm gonna catch y'all next time. And yeah, y'all salute. All right.